It's finally here, the week of the draft. Dalton, I know you're a Giants fan. You all moved up to the 10th pick.
Big week.
It's gonna be a big night, big weekend for you. How are you feeling going into the draft? And what are your spirits there in the Giants war room?
I mean, I'm not sure we're gonna get a better player at the 10th pick than Lawrence. Great
Yeah.
player.
Yeah.
So maybe not the best trade, but he wanted, he didn't want out. He wanted out, and
Yeah.
to the Bengals end, it's a bad move. They should have just re-signed Trey Hendrickson if they were gonna do this.
Yeah.
Because it's way better to have a better, dominant edge rusher than and this guy's he's really good interior, but he's not Aaron Donald.
Yeah.
He's not gonna win you the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Like we talked about the other night. I think it's a good move for the Giants. Yeah, I like having 2 top 10 picks. I mean, if we want to, we can move one of them still on draft day. Make it flexible, and man, there's a lot of good defensive talent in the first round. I think
For sure.
definitely on the defensive side. So I think we could definitely come away with 2 studs.
Yeah, I think a big thing is going to be like, when does this tackle start just absolutely coming off the board? I had that feeling like, I don't know, mid to late season. I'm like, because there's not a lot of true bona fide tackles in this draft, or especially with like first or second round, grades. I would say as soon as they start coming off the board, man, they're just going to start jumping and jumping. So I'm curious to see about that. But I do want to give a shout out to everyone that's pretty much covered the draft. Guys, the draft professor, all of our friends over there. Much respect to you guys. They've been talking about the draft much more than we do since we focus on the college football and recruiting. But man, it's finally here. Respect anybody doing the draft full time when it's their like passion. So just can't wait to add to that and see where all of our teams get their next guys, next crop of stars, next dudes. As a Packers fan, we're not good at drafting in the first round, so I'm not that mad we don't have a first round pick. It's all right. But nonetheless, I'm still excited to see what these other teams do. I'm ready to see where my boy Ted Hurst goes. I'm ready to see where our guy Tyron Montgomery. Give me a couple guys. If you're familiar with the program, you know that we were down in Mobile at the Senior Bowl talking to a lot of these guys already. We're dropping interviews all week leading up to the draft. We've already dropped 2. Michael Brockermeyer. 2 Michaels, Michael Taft. James Brockermeyer, Michael Taft. Dude, so many names. Like I said, we're working on the quarterback list, but we got about 9 or 10 more interviews. We'll have them dropping draft weekend, man. As you wake up, watch an interview before a guy gets drafted. It's going to be cool.
Yeah, man.
But Dalton, give me a couple guys you're looking forward to see come off the board that we got to see up close there in Mobile at the Senior Bowl.
I mean, first one, homer a little bit, but Caleb Banks. I want to see where he's going to go. I think he's fallen too far because of, his foot injury.
Yeah.
Which I get. Injuries, I mean, yeah.
Big guys.
Derail careers, too.
Yeah.
I mean, we see it all the time. So I get it. But first round talent, no doubt.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like D-tackle 1 in terms of talent, I think.
Yeah.
So if he does stay healthy, man, he could be a huge steal. So I'm excited to see who gives him a chance. So who else, man? Cole Payton. I'm excited to see where he goes. I mean, I think he's going to drop way further than he should, in my opinion. Hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully some team falls in love with him.
As of late, I'm kind of thinking that, but
that's not necessarily a bad thing.
But it's the old classic slogan. It only takes one team. So I think it's only there's one team out there out of the 32 that I'm convinced that they're like, no, we're taking them, and hopefully it's early.
Well, he's not getting undrafted. That's all that matters.
No, hell no.
Yeah, that's all that matters.
I mean,
if you get drafted, you get a chance. I mean, Brock Purdy, obviously,
for sure.
Everybody mentions him. I mean, of course, Tom Brady.
Yep.
That's the ceiling.
Yep.
Of a guy that gets drafted late. I mean, the ceiling for any quarterback. So
yeah,
you never know what you get. You could scout him all day, and the guy at the end could end up being the best. So you never know. I'm excited to see where he goes. Who else did we talk to? I like Kevin Coleman, man. I'm excited to see where he goes. I played at Louisville, so
yeah.
Talk to him. He's a real cool guy.
Kevin Coleman. We got our guy Vinny Anthony from Louisville, hometown kid. Then we got the quarterbacks there. We got Diego Pavia. Is anybody going to take a late flyer on him? We got Luke Altmaier. We got Nussmeier. We saw Taylon Green, who as soon as he left Mobile, he made national headlines at the combine performance he had, legendary combine performance. So I'm really excited to see what he did. So, man, I think there's going to be a lot of guys who just start coming off the board that we got to see, like you said, like a Caleb Banks, like a Keelan Rutledge. Everybody's in love with Keelan Rutledge now. I think rightfully so. But, hey, I don't think you're being too big of a homer because, I mean, if you really want to give me like a top 10, top 15 list of all the guys, I mean, we saw 106 get drafted last year out of Mobile. Out of this year, I mean, we're going to see probably close to that. But if you had to tell me to pick 15, I mean, 3 Gators are going to be on there. Slaughter, Barber, and Banks.
They did have great weeks as well. Yeah.
Ready to see where our guy Trey Zoom goes.
Yeah, Trey Zoom.
Shout out to him. But a lot of skill guys, man. Like this wide receiver class is absolutely loaded. We're going to get into your big board. And
now you're going to have to disagree with a couple of them for sure.
I mean, a couple of them, but, some of them, I do like. I think I'm obviously not well-versed in DBs. If you look at my preseason good DBs who I was rooting and hollering for, a couple of them are really low on your list, and rightfully so, unfortunately. Just didn't pan out this year. But we'll see what happens at the next level. But, I'm a big fan of this interior offensive line group. I've been saying it. Everyone loves the edges and the wide receivers. And everyone loves the interior. I'm not the only one that loves the interior offensive line. This draft. It's great.
Oh, yeah.
But I can't wait. See, quarterbacks, it's not the greatest quarterback. I would say the 3 quarterbacks I'm just absolutely just curious or like. So I'll go down the list. Well, we'll go down the list of your list. It'll make it easier. But I can't wait. All right, man. So let's get into it. I do want to shout out to DJ Hunter who came on the show.
Yes, big shout out.
Big shout to him. Rivals just rated him number, I think, 17th dual threat or like 11th dual threat that just came out today. So shout out to DJ Hunter.
Nice, man. Top 20, regardless. So
oh, yeah.
It's hard to do, man.
And won't give away his rating that we got for him on our top 150, but our top 150 has officially been, it's not set in stone, but it's officially announced that we have been expanded that 100 to 150 top quarterbacks in the nation. We were forced to do so. It wasn't something, we thought 100 was going to be cool and there was going to be maybe a little bit drop off, but the drop off really doesn't start till about that 150, 160 range.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, we're doing it. We're finally, we're about at 80-ish. We had 400 and about 10 quarterbacks totally scouted. Some guys watched 4 times. Some guys are watching 5 times. And to put numbers next to names, we are at about 80 right now. So about halfway, a little over halfway. And I'm really excited, man. A lot of these guys, their recruitment's definitely going to get affected, in a good way, a lot of these guys. So I can't wait, man. But a shout out to all the other people and all the other guys that do it as well. The Rivals 247.
Yeah, they started with this.
Yeah, they started it. So I got to give credit where it's due.
Pioneers.
But I will say our list is gonna be great, man. I can't wait.
Absolutely.
So should be coming out since it's been expanded. I don't know if we're gonna have to push it back a week. Maybe push it back like a couple of days, but it should be coming out the next 10 days, 14 days. So, but let's go ahead and talk some draft, man. I'm excited. Let's go ahead and get into your draft board without further ado, Dalton. Let's talk about your quarterback list. All right.
Yeah.
So your quarterback list, it's pretty solid here. I want to go ahead and you can take the floor here and just tell people where you have your quarterbacks and why.
Maybe everybody got Mendoza one. Not much to talk about. He's clearly the best in this. Some people are saying he's really unflexible.
Yeah. Okay.
Can't move, can't bend.
Yeah.
I've seen that a lot lately, but I don't know about that. I mean, he ran the ball pretty well in college. I think he can run if he needs to. So I think he'll be a good player. I'm not sure he's going to be, worth it a number 1 pick at the end of his career, especially. But Oakland's got some good talent around him, Ginty and Brock Bowers. They just need some more receivers, for sure. Ty Simpson, I'm not sure about. I'm not sold, but it's a shallow class, and he showed some real talent the first 6 games of the year, man.
Yeah.
He was really balling. Mobile in the pocket for sure, and he threw a couple balls that you were like, wow, you could really see it. A couple touchdowns this year were just highlight worthy. He has arm talent when he's playing well. Cole Payton's a raw guy, but I like him better than everybody else in this class, man. He can run it with the best of them. I mean, he could chuck guys.
Hell yeah.
But you don't want that too much in the NFL, but it's good to have just in case, Josh Allen does it. He ain't got hurt yet.
Yeah, I mean.
Everybody's always worried about injuries to the quarterback. If you're tough, you can hold up.
Okay.
Drew Aller, man, I think his arm talent's there.
I did say, I will go ahead and interrupt that. I will say I called Drew Aller having a peak, a little spike after the season went down. I was like, look, I think Drew Aller's going to rise up. Sometimes the mechanics are there. Sometimes they're really not.
Yeah.
But I'm really surprised you got Drew Aller above a couple of these guys like a Carson Beck. But go on. I just wanted to add that in there.
I mean, I just think he just has better arm talent overall, man.
Okay.
It's huge size, too, 6'5", 230.
Yeah.
Prototypical quarterback size. He's got it all. It's just, does he got it in the head? We haven't seen him put a great season together yet.
Yeah.
Not even college. Lamar had a great season 2 years ago. Last year was hurt. Looked pretty good at Senior Bowl, but I wouldn't say dominant. He kind of needed to be, I think, to get his name back in
him and Luke,
where it was going into the year.
Him and Luke Altmaier are a lot closer than people would think, than it was reported and shown. You had to be there.
Yeah,
unfortunately,
for sure.
Unfortunately, it's the case. It should be wide. I think it should be common knowledge across everybody that Altmaier had just as good a week as Nussmeier, but just the media. I guess media didn't spin it that way. But
no, they don't. I mean, Nussmeier was the guy.
He was just
coach's son. All that stuff.
Yeah.
Like, it lays into
Altmaier, I mean, if Nussmeier made a good throw, Altmaier made a good throw. Like, I never walked away from any of those days from Mobile saying, damn, Nussmeier was way better than Altmaier today. So.
We talk about Beck. Man, he was great. It's first-year starter. I mean,
yeah.
Almost won the shit.
I mean, he's well-storied. He's got a lot of damn reps under his belt. You know what you're going to get. You're going to get, I think, consistency until you don't. I mean, right?
He's got too many picks.
I think his ball just doesn't have the zip on it, but it's like nice type spiral.
It is a good spiral.
When he does like a check down, sometimes I feel like it just takes forever. But maybe I'm just nitpicking. I don't know.
He's got a lot of receptions, I think, at the next level. That's what I think. I mean, that's the biggest thing. And he's, not the most mobile either. And that's huge in today's game, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. He's probably the least mobile in this class, right? Top 6, top 7. Yeah, I mean, he's more mobile than Yano, but
good point. Yeah,
the top 7, and
good
then
point.
Definitely Taylor Green's more mobile, obviously.
Yeah,
so that plays into it. And he just, where would he have been without Tony this year? Just throwing it to him, just throwing it up to him.
I agree.
Throwing screens to him.
I agree.
How many yards you get off screens?
Oh, Yak Tony was their whole offense at some point, man. Yeah, so. I mean, him and I keep on. Was it Bell or who's their?
C.J. Daniels.
No, the running back. He was a young kid, or Jordan or.
Oh, the running back.
Yeah, Mark Bell or something. Mark Fletcher. And Bell was their right tackle or something.
Markel Bell, yeah. And Malgo, of course.
Yeah.
Great O-line. But, I'm not sure on Beck. I think he's career backup. But he'll be in the league a while if he wants to be as a backup. Klubnik, man, I was big on him coming into the year. I thought he was going to take that next step. He's got that mold you want. He can run, he can throw, but he just don't have the arm strength, I don't think.
Yeah, that's just he's never flipped the bill for me, man. I don't know what it is. I don't know. He just came in so hyped, and I'm just like,
huge recruit.
I didn't see it, man, and just felt like he just would kind of go through the motions, at times, it looks like, and just, it looks like, it just didn't pop off the page or didn't really pop out of the screen or, it just didn't do it. And, I don't know. I think, yes, did he walk into probably the bar has never been higher for a Clemson quarterback ever than when he walked in, right? I mean, after some of the guys that he had to follow. Watson, yeah. I know he followed Ukulele after that, but, I mean, it just goes to show you that was a huge bar that, he was never going to reach. Yeah. But Klubnik, had a huge bar, and I don't think Clemson has ever had as those high expectations ever out of their quarterback in the program history until that point. So I guess he's got that going, I guess in his corner. But then again, like I said, just never really popped off the screen, man. I think I would take Taylor Green over Klubnik these days.
Fair.
I mean if all else fails, I'm at least going to get some bang for my buck with Taylor Green and go tell him to go catch some passes and change his number to 86. You know what I'm saying? But, that's just my thoughts. But you got Fagnano above Talon and Altmaier, which I know you love Fagnano. I know you like him. But you like him so much, I'm surprised you have him behind Cade Klubnik. I mean, explain that. Explain that to me, please.
20 years ago, Fagnano would probably be freaking number 3.
Yeah.
If it was more pocket-based. But now the game's, you got to be able to roll out and scramble. He's pretty damn slow. He's like Peyton Manning and Eli slow. It's hard to be like that anymore unless you just
absolute cannon. The sheriff, yeah.
He doesn't. He's accurate and he's smart, but he doesn't have that cannon. But now talk about another career backup. Yeah, this is one. 15 years, you want him in the locker room with you, even if he ain't playing ever. He might never start a game in his career. Be on teams forever. Love Joe. One pick in this year. 4,000 yards.
I know.
That's just still crazy.
No, that's crazy, yeah. I mean, I know Morris skipped town, and now he's at Colorado State.
Yeah.
But, yeah, man, we'll see how it shakes out for UConn, if they can, recover in any shape or form, or are they going to go back to UConn. They're going to shrivel up and go back to UConn. People aren't even going to remember the Fagnano year unless Fagnano goes out there and wins a damn Super Bowl. I mean,
I mean, that would be sick.
Which would be damn cool. But and then you got Taylor Green and Luke Altmaier rounding out your top 10.
I know a lot of people got Taylor higher now, but
hell yeah, they do.
Just because he's athletic. It doesn't mean he's good at quarterback.
It was always going to be because he was athletic.
I would move him to I've moved him to receiver. Yeah, tight end.
I give him the benefit of the doubt. I give him a different benefit of the doubt.
Tight end or something.
You know the benefit of the doubt I give him. It's playing for Bobby Petrino. I think he's a quarterback guru. Yeah, in 1990s and 2000s, sure. That shit's outdated.
Yeah.
There's a lot of guys who did that and don't do it again, and he's one of them. So I think I would like, when we met him in Mobile, I almost wanted to say, man, wish you'd had an actual quarterback coach, like an updated one. He's walking around with an iPhone 4, iPhone 3 of coaches.
Yeah, true.
He need to upgrade. I just think you adapt or die in these day and age. Bobby Petrino never adapted. I feel like there's you're my way or the highway. I get it, but then there's also like adapting. Like it's a big reason why I think guys like John Gruden aren't coaching XY4 banana Y split axle right on one quarter
plays.
zip.
Yeah.
Like it sounds great to say that, but kids ain't. They don't do that shit no more.
Hell no.
Because it's not required.
It's dumb.
It is dumb
to do that.
I think it's dumb.
You just call it some ways.
We could dumb those down in very sort of terms. We could dumb down those play calls very short. You have to adapt or die, and it's like some coaches don't. Doesn't mean they don't know football. It's just they just can't coach today's game. It's just totally changed. The game's changed. The kids changed. The business has changed. Everything's changed. But one thing remains the same is I think a lot of talent in this draft, just how all drafts, but maybe just not at this position, the quarterback. So,
I agree.
I do like your list, though, man. I think Luke Altmaier is maybe the big sleeper. Obviously, you have him at bottom, so that would be, I guess, an easy take. But, man, I'm still at Cole Payton. He's my quarterback, too.
Yeah.
I think he's going second round, no question about it. Yeah, he's going second round, late second round. And there's a team out there that's absolutely sold on Cole Payton.
I hope you're right, man.
I hope I'm right.
Me too.
I would say third round at the latest, but I'm saying second right now. Let's go ahead and running backs here. Dalton, let's go to running backs.
Not the best class at running back either, but, man, the first guy's so good, I think.
Jeremiah Love. I mean, everyone's just flattered with him. They've been flattered with him for about 24 months, rightfully so. You are one of them. You've been on him pretty early. You got two Notre Dame quarterbacks back to back. You want to ask who has the best running back room in the nation? Well, it's probably Notre Dame just off that alone, rightfully so. Mike Washington, you have at 3, who is my number 2, but
fair enough.
I mean, it's not a stretch. I think I do the least amount of scouting these days on running back and DB. With running back, I can just go watch some FCS games, and I'll go get me a running back there. But I do like a couple of these guys, which I can't wait to. You mentioned, I'll mention besides Mike Washington. Le'Veon Moss, you have at 6, which is a little bit surprising. I think you'd have him a little bit lower. I think, I know you had a lot of hype this year, but tell the people, about your list. If you want to start with Jeremiah Love first. I mean, a lot of people had him going to the Chiefs. Now with Ruben Bain, these issues, they think he's going to go to the Chiefs now. Where you got Jeremiah Love going?
I mean, I hope he don't go to the Giants. I'll say it here. I love him, but
yeah,
I don't think we need a back like that, man.
It's not that you need a back like that. I think I'll say this, and I've said it a bunch of times. A running back is a cherry on top pick.
Yeah, when you're already really good. Yeah.
The Raiders got to look at the Raiders, bro. What did they pick last year first?
Running back. Yeah.
What did they pick this year?
First
overall.
Yeah.
Come on.
I know. I agree. Yeah, we're not there yet. So, I hope we don't get him first off. I think he ends up falling to the Vikings. Man, I still think he's going to the Vikings. Everybody got a safety going to the Vikings, but
okay.
I think he ends up going to Minnesota. But the thing about him is, man, I mean, he can put him out in the receiver too, and he can catch a pass.
Okay.
And he can run routes. His hurdle move is crazy, obviously. I'm not sure it's going to work as well in the NFL. Might have to stop doing that.
Yeah, I mean,
but he's really good. His teammate's really good too. I mean, if he's anywhere else, he would have got a lot more love. No pun intended. He would have got a lot more love. Jadarian Price can do it all. He can catch it as well. Great pass blocker too. Mike Washington's just a beast.
Hell yeah, he's my guy.
I mean, it's like 230 or something, close to it.
Yeah.
Ran really 4.3, 4.4.
Yeah, he's a dog. He's a dog.
Just
He looks like a grown-ass man, too. He looks like he's 30. You just look at him, you're like, yeah, he's got some kids. I don't even know, but you're like, yeah, he's got to have some kids or something. But he's one of my favorites. What about Emmett Johnson? He's a dog.
Yeah, really good year. I mean, led the nation a couple things.
I know, right? I think that's why I know his name.
And he was just – their offense was pretty good, but they didn't score points. It was really weird.
Yeah.
I mean, they had a lot of good receivers on Nebraska, good running back, but they just couldn't score points. I don't know. I think it's probably the coaching.
Yeah.
We'll see this year. I like Emmett, though. Another guy that's versatile. He can really catch passes. And he's fast, too. Fast. There's a lot of fast running backs in this class. Not a great class, but they're fast, man. Like DeMond Claiborne, explosive. He could end up being the steal.
Okay.
Claiborne could end up being a really good starter in the league. Adam Randall, former receiver. Saw him at the Senior Bowl. Looked great.
Yeah.
He's just another one of those freak athletes.
Yeah,
like 230. Like I said, you can play him receiver if you want. But
it's hard. I feel like it's hard to really show what you got in Mobile as a running back.
Yeah,
hard,
it is.
Man.
It is.
There's so many they bring, and with the quarterback, if you have, what are they gonna? They're all gonna guarantee pass attempts because they're quarterbacks. So I don't know. I feel like there's not enough reps to go around.
My favorite part of running backs for that part is pass blocking drills.
Yeah,
honestly.
Yeah.
Because you got to pass block a lot more in the NFL, man.
That's true.
So pass blocking's crucial.
Yep, they're going to get every dollar out of you, man. They're going to make you work for it. So I like the list now.
Jamari Taylor's good too, man. Most people got him lower, I think.
Okay.
But what a year he had. Great Senior Bowl week he had too. Good game he had the Senior Bowl. Dominant year. I mean, he carried Virginia at times.
Yeah.
They had a great year too. I mean, almost made the playoffs. One play away, actually, for being in the playoffs. It's going to be hard to replace him. I like Jamari Taylor, man. Versatile back, too. All of these guys can catch passes.
And Katron Allen to finish out your top 10 from Penn State, who was supposed to have a big year, man. But then we went down to your 11 through 17 to round out your running back big board here. Desmond Reed from Pitt. Jonah Coleman from Washington. Now, Jam Miller, who had just, I think, he has the name. The offensive line, they have some guys there at Alabama. You look at them, Proctor, you look at Brailsford, you look at Roberts. I mean, it's really surprising that Jam Miller didn't just absolutely rack it up this year. And then I like Eli Heidenreich, man. Talk about any guys you want to talk about, on your list from 11 to 17, including Eli, or, who's your favorite, just personal favorite?
I mean, Reed's running back by name only, probably. I mean, he's 175.
Okay.
So he's going to play, a lot more split out, kind of gadget guy.
Yeah.
But, man, he could catch the ball. He's explosive. Really like him. He's just not your typical running back, though. Coleman's the biggest faller.
Yeah.
Earlier in the year, I had him RB2.
Well, everybody fell from Washington this year, besides, I guess, even Boston a little bit, in my opinion. I think he was arguably wide receiver 1. I think he was solidified wide receiver 2 coming in this year, and then that kind of definitely wavered. I think nobody had an ideal year at Washington Husky land, in my opinion. Right?
Yeah, they're still going to have a lot of guys drafted, though. Prisock and...
That's been like that forever, though, right? I mean, they've always had guys. Always.
Yeah.
Always.
They do always have guys.
Linemen, bro. You
tight
can get
ends.
a lot of people at Washington, bro.
A lot of tight ends there.
Shout Jake Locker, dude.
A lot of defensive players. Just, good school.
Yeah.
But I want to talk about Heidenreich for sure.
Yeah.
I just, it's hard to translate. It's hard to know what you're going to get out of a guy that plays in that offense. But he could be, talk about a steal. I mean,
yes.
He could end up being a starter.
I think he could. He's got the burst. That's the thing about the guys that play for Army, for Navy. Are they strong? Yes. Are they disciplined? Duh. Are they going to go 100% no matter what? Are they going to have a high motor? Obviously. The question is really just athleticism and natural, just make you miss, capability and playmaking capability. I think Eli Heidenreich has all of that. I think he's got burst, natural burst. He gets the ball, he's freaking gone. He's gets up through, and that's not something you're used to seeing out of somewhere. A guy like, Pitt or Navy, Army. You see a guy maybe fast, it takes him a little bit to get going, but you don't have a lot of space to get going in the league. You got to get going quick.
Oh, absolutely.
And I think Eli Heidenreich does that.
I mean, and how about how many receiving yards he has? He had 100-yard receiving games. I compare him to Chris McCaffrey, light, man.
Yeah.
That's his ceiling, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, I hate
a little lower than McCaffrey.
You're not the
probably,
only one saying that. People are saying that on the
I know.
Twitter sphere.
I've seen that.
Yeah.
I like it. Eli
I like
Heidenreich's not a guy. He's been my guy before anybody else, probably, though.
Yeah, you like him, man.
2 years
He was
ago.
on him, Horvath, and
At the beginning of last
man. We
year.
love those three.
Oh.
Yeah, you can go on our season previews,
He averaged
man.
like 10 yards a touch his career.
Yeah.
So this guy's a beast, yeah. McGowan, I really think could be good, too. We got an interview with him. He's a cool guy. I like his game. Been in a lot of different places. He knows he can play any scheme.
Yeah.
And another good pass catcher. Donaldson's your 240 guy. 240 running back who's going to get you.
I'll take him.
It's 4th and 1s.
That's who I'll take right there. Give me LeGarrette Blount.
Yeah, that's basically what he is.
You know what I'm saying? Give me LeGarrette Blount out there. I can just throw him in there, and we're just gonna get the chains moving, man. If your offensive line's good enough, you're pretty much about 80% of running backs you throw out there will be able to, I think, get the job done. But I'm not trying to discredit the position.
No, for sure.
It's hard, man. I get it, but just as a former offensive lineman, I mean, we just if you make up the hole and just run through it. So, all right, let's go ahead and get to some next position group, man. Arguably my favorite, not my favorite, but definitely arguably at some point, the wide receiver group. I went out there and stuck my neck beginning of the season, said I thought a lot of people are going to come around the corner and turn the corner for this class and start finding the guys they like. And I think that definitely happened. I think this class is absolutely deep. You got Cardinal Tate there, no surprise, number 1 out of Ohio State, but you got Mekhi Lemon, 2, Jordan Tyson, 3, Omar Cooper at 4, above Denzel Boston, which I did not expect to see that. I made this list, I made these in a span of a couple of days, so I don't remember that one. That's a surprising one. Okay, and then Casey Concepcion at 6, who some of our guys was draft professors. Shout out Bill Sparks, former guy with draft professor. He's his wide receiver number 1.
Wow, really?
Yes. Yeah, he said he's for sure a number 1 in the league. I beg to differ, but not saying he's not talented.
I disagree, but we'll see.
We'll see. I think it's, in my opinion, call me basic or whatever. Now, maybe I'm contradicting myself with Mekhi Lemon. There are those guys who are an anomaly. I think he could be a number 1 for sure. But I bring this up because I think to be a true number 1, you have to have size to you. I think you have to be 6 foot or high above.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, Jamar Chase ain't huge.
Yeah, I'm saying I think you have to be about 6 foot or above. If you're under 6 foot, it's hard for me to label. You have to earn 1, in my opinion. I can't just start you out at 1. But I think that's just me. That's just a personal thing with me. But I'm surprised with your number 7 here, Jeremy Bernard.
Yeah.
Above some guys like Chris Bell. Now, wow, Dalton, you got Chris Bell at 10. I don't know if it's injured or something. I need to hear it. But rounding out, you got Antonio Williams, Zachariah Branch, who just got arrested yesterday.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Everybody at Georgia does.
But it seems like it was some BS charges. In my opinion, it seems like it was just like, I don't know. I think he's fine. It wasn't nothing crazy. He was just like standing on the sidewalk and they was tripping.
That's what it sounded like. Georgia's apparently they'd be on that.
Yeah, well, Sean King said today on the show I watched today, JB show, he said he knows him and he's like, no, he's a good kid. So I take his word. So Antonio Williams at 9, Chris Bell at 10 at Louisville, which you're definitely gonna have to explain yourself for that one. We'll get you on the stand here and grill you. And then Malachi Fields rounding out your top 11, which is not done here. But let's start with your 1 through 11. Some talking points here. Anyone you kind of want to bring up outside of this Chris Bell, because that might be, I don't know, man. I don't get that one, but educate the people on your wide receiver list. Why you got Denzel Boston at 5, man?
You like him at 4? I mean, one spot.
Low key
makes acrobatic catches though, and we've seen him make the best catch ever, maybe.
That was the best call. No one can tell me. Add us with the best college catch ever you think is better than the Omar Cooper. I'll look at it, but I don't think it's better.
Right. And then he's so electric in the open field, too. He has both of those things going for him. Yeah. I mean, I think he could be really good, man. Bernard is a guy who I think is being underrated now. Not talked about at all after the season. Slept on, really. Made so many tough catches, man.
Okay.
He mossed on so many guys this year and last year.
Love it.
Contested catch guy, which I'm a big fan of. You don't have to get open all the time. Quarterback's in trouble. Nobody's open. Throw it to him. He might be able to catch it. Branch is just electric. Open field. I mean,
and is he a bona fide slot to you?
Yeah, probably.
Right.
Yeah, but he's best returner in the draft too. So.
Is that okay? So
in this game,
are you giving him kind of like a minus for being kind of one-dimensional being a slot, but giving him a plus on the other end for being a returner?
Oh, yeah. Because
Okay.
returning's back now.
Hell yeah, it is.
It's back.
Shout out to our boy Taywan's returner in the league.
Man, if he was playing now, it'd be great.
I know, man.
These new rules with the kickoff?
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's how Branch is huge now. I mean,
yeah, it's true. Yeah, that's a good point.
he might. I mean, he'll probably run one back a year, at least one.
I mean, I love football. Just I love football, man. I will kill to watch a football game right now. But I will say, I freaking hate special teams, man. But I understand how big it is.
It sucks to be on all of them,
Well,
bro.
it's pretty
Yeah.
much punt. In my opinion, kickoff, yeah, punt. It's really punt. It's field position right there. I mean, if you
Punt's
you
huge,
need a
yeah.
good punter. I mean, look at me in college football 26. I'm recruiting punters.
Antonio Williams is just solid. I don't think he ever got to show his stuff in that offense.
Well, you know why? Because his quarterback's true.
And then play calling too.
Both, yeah.
It's a lot. There's a lot there.
I know. Clemson and Penn State stories were so parallel and just on point with one another. It's just like crazy. But, yeah, I mean, I think that's the reason why they slipped. So you think that's more of a team success thing, not an Antonio Williams thing, or what do you think?
I think Antonio Williams is. I mean, he's mostly going to be a slot. We can play outside too, but I think he's.
Yeah.
Great
I like
slot,
him.
great
I think
slot.
he's one of the big sleepers here in the wide receiver group.
Chris Bell, he's towards ACL, or he'd probably be number 7.
Okay, I get
Or
it.
maybe
A
6.
lot of people love Chris Bell, man.
Maybe 6.
A lot of people love Chris Bell.
His burst after the catch is great.
Rightfully so.
And he's another one of them freaks. I mean, huge.
He is huge, man. He is huge, Paul's. I mean,
Big
he grabs the ball
guy.
out of the air. He meets it halfway. Doesn't do a lot of body catching.
In stride too. You don't have to slow down.
In stride, just natural runner with the ball. Doesn't really have to get going like you mentioned. He's got that natural burst. But I'll let you off. I'm gonna actually now looking at it. I'm gonna let you off the hook more at Chris Bell at 10, kinda. But I think Jeremy Bernard, and yeah, I do think they should be switched. But I want to hear your take on Malachi Fields at 11, above a couple of some of these guys, man. I mean,
Yeah.
You know me. There's flat earthers. There's Ted Hursters. I'm a Ted Hurster.
I know.
And you know me. I think Ted Hurst should be on your list. But I understand to
On the
each
top
his own.
11 list. Okay.
Yeah.
I say he's on the list for sure.
Yeah, I know. But I'm trying to get that list pulled up.
I like Fields. I think he's so physical. So physical. He's gonna draw a lot of PIs in the league.
Yeah.
Guys downfield fighting with him. Good luck. He's stronger than you. He's stronger in every corner in the league. Probably that's his go-to thing. He's just gonna out physical everybody. There's a lot of big receivers in this class, but he's the biggest, I think, and the strongest.
I feel that. No, I'm getting your.
His jump ball skills are crazy.
Now let's talk about, like I said, as I get the rest of your.
Ted Hurst will probably end up going second round. I'm say it now.
He better.
That's what I've been hearing from scouts and people that know scouts, not me personally. But I just
My bad. But yeah, no, like you said, no, Ted Hurst going second round. I didn't expect you to say that.
I think he will.
I'm
I'm in the minority for sure.
Now, I think you and a lot of other people don't have 32 first-round grades out there.
Not this year.
How many first-round grades out there you got? Well, I'll get your wide
It's
receivers.
about 20 this year.
Okay.
Around 20. I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
It's not the best class in the first round.
No. But it's not a bad thing, though, because you still need those guys, value guys
Definitely not.
that you get to,
There's never a bad
to
draft.
get for your star guys. So,
There's never a bad draft. There's only bad picks.
yeah, it's a good point. Good point.
You can pick out in the wrong spot. That
Yeah.
happens a lot.
Yeah.
There's never a draft that always just completely sucks.
Yeah.
There's going to be studs in every class. I mean, maybe not Hall of Famers, but there'll be guys that produce in every class.
Hell yeah.
So, I mean, you just don't know who it's going to be. You scout every day, all day.
It's a good point.
And then, you get guys that come out of nowhere.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think there's a lot of guys there's a Caleb Douglas out there. I'm going to say it till I'm blue in the face. Some of those guys are
Oh,
just
yeah.
big bodies.
I got him higher than most people for sure.
I'm just naturally I'm always going to root for those guys, just in a sense, like, come on, like, it's hard. Like you said, the big guys are always going to be big, and the fast guys are not necessarily always going to be fast. So that's just my take on it. But, I mean, just when you don't have a great quarterback class, so that means, like, okay, how can could you see some people like, okay, how can the receiver class be good when there's not a lot of good quarterbacks out there? But I finally got your list pulled up here. You're 12 through 22. All right, so you got Malachi Fields above a guy like Skylar Bell, above a guy like Caleb Douglas, above a guy like, now I get it why you got it, but I think you're going to regret it, Bryce Lance at 18. Yeah, I'm a Bryce Lancer. Sell me on. You like Fagnano a lot. Skylar Bell had a great year along with that.
Oh yeah.
Now, with this ranking at 13, are you telling me, okay, this is more of a Fagnano thing, not a Skylar Bell thing, or is this wide receiver class just so deep?
I mean, I think 13's pretty good in this class. Yeah.
But all right, just
honestly,
okay. Don't even sell me on 13. Sell me on Malachi Fields better being than Skylar Bell. Like, how's he better? I don't get it.
How's he? I just think that even if he loses a step, he can still be an effective player because he's so big and he's stronger than any corner out there, I think. So you just jump ball guy, no matter what, and huge in the red zone, man. He's gonna score a lot of touchdowns in his career, I think. Skylar Bell's just he's a more all around guy. I love him. I mean, I love this guy. Been on him.
You do like him.
But I don't see him being above 13. Deion Burks is the fastest player in this draft. Fastest receiver. A lot of people got him way lower.
Yeah.
But I don't think they watched enough film, especially in his Purdue days when he had a good OC, man. Oklahoma's offense sucks.
Hell yeah. And I think Oklahoma is on they're just in a weird,
defense carries.
I don't know, man. They don't have any identity, even though they've had some really good recruits come in this year.
Yeah.
So I'm really curious. These next year and a half for Oklahoma and a program like USC is very curious to see how that goes for them. I think one team's going to shine, one team's going to whine, and pretty much start clearing house. We'll see which one is. I think USC is going to be the team that starts to win and start churn out some of these guys. But, man, Caleb Douglas is, like I said, one of my guys. Deshaun Stribling is a streaky guy to me. I think sometimes he's playing really tough, high motor. Sometimes it's he just kind of disappears, sometimes. But I do like him. I think there's definitely a place for him in the league.
Now, here's a guy, Chris Brazzell. Everybody's higher on than me, for sure.
Love Chris Brazzell. He's my top. I have 4 guys. They're all big, like I said. Ted Hurst, Caleb Douglas, Chris Brazzell. Those 3, and then there's a 4. No, that's it. Those are my guys. But, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Chris Brazzell, a lot of people say he doesn't have the hips. He's not naturally, his mobility. He can't move. He's just big. Or is that true, do you think, or what do you think?
Yeah, I think he don't have the route running at all. Like you said, yeah, he can't run routes.
I think he can.
He's either going to catch a deep ball or he's not going to catch a ball, in my opinion. And that's hard to do in the NFL if you know you're only going deep.
But you watch a lot more SEC ball than me. I'll watch anything. I don't, you're a Florida fan, so I think you're doing a lot more scouting and stuff, with the SEC.
Definitely watch almost every SEC game, yeah.
Okay. Did they ever try to run Chris Brazzell on any other shit besides a deep ball, or was it just 9 balls?
That's Tennessee,
Tennessee, yeah. Was it just 9 balls, or what?
Mostly.
So, if he's only being asked to go deep, does that mean he can only go deep, or that's the only thing they're asking him to do?
That's another problem with them, though. Helmet scouting Tennessee receivers for sure.
I don't helmet that. No. I don't look at
I ain't had a good one yet.
Cordero Patterson's a dog.
He's a running back, man. Come
on, no. He was good. He was a utility guy of the Vikings. You're tripping. No, Chris Brazzell's the dog. I'll go on trial for Chris Brazzell right now. Yeah, and then Bryce Lance was my other guy. Yeah, Bryce Lance. I mean, those are guys that I just absolutely love them. Now, a guy I do like a Brennan Thompson, a speedy guy out of Mississippi State, a 4.3 speed guy. I love that. He reminds me of Golden. Golden of the Green Bay Packers. Matthew Golden. So I think he reminds me of him. Jeff Caldwell,
yes,
a guy
sir.
from our hometown, Louisville, Kentucky. From Cincinnati, he went to Lindenwood, or he went to FCS school. But the reason why he really wasn't highly recruited, he was 5'8". Then he had a huge growth spurt, and then he's 6'4" or something right now, right? 6'3".
Yeah, ran a 4.3. Freak, really raw right now, but man, his ceiling is there.
Yeah, shout out to him.
He had a good finish of the year too.
Yeah, he did. I think
Josh Cameron's a guy who also could. I mean, this class is just so deep at receiver, man. I can see a lot of them just really outperforming where they get drafted.
Yeah, I think so
Josh
too.
Josh Cameron's a beast too. Saw him at Senior Bowl. He's just 6'4", 230.
Yeah,
speed.
Obviously most of them are freaks. You can't say really some of these guys are freaks. Most of them are freaks these days.
Yeah,
but it's just crazy when you get to see like a Ted Hurst, like we see guys up close, like a Caleb Douglas. If you're a Caleb Douglas fan, if you want to hear some more about him, we have an interview with him on our page. Go check that out. But yeah, man, I think a lot of these guys, they're just crazy talented, bro. I don't know. After we get to see him up close, it just hits kind of different. It's like, God, They really are just dogs. I don't know. But all right, so we went over quarterback, running back, and wide receiver. Dalton, um, is that your full? That was not
There
your
we go.
full
That's
list
what I was like,
for wide receivers.
late round
I was
guys.
about to say we haven't talked about a couple of these guys. Like I want to talk like the round out the list that started off the last bit 23 through what 35. Jacoby Lane. I think he's a guy who is going to have a pretty good career if he has to go to the right place. I don't think he's a guy that's just going to shine in every single system. But he's a tall guy. We got to interview him. Got to see the eye test. I think he did pass it. I think he's just smoother than a lot of people think. But give me your few guys you kind of want to highlight from your 23 to 35 range out of the wide receivers.
Yeah, Kevin Coleman. I think
Dog.
a starting slot in the league for sure.
Dog.
Very great route runner.
Dog.
Slippery. Luther Burden kind of reminds me of him. So I think he could end up being really good, even though he's not going to get drafted very high. Caden Wetjen too. Huge sleeper.
My boy.
Played at Iowa, so you don't know what he's got. But if he goes the right offense, if he plays the quarterback that loves the slot, man, he could feast.
Hey,
and he's a returner.
Speaking of white boys, Scudero is going to go nutso this year.
Yeah, he should. I like Scudero.
He's getting tatted up too, so I like that. His confidence is going crazy right now.
Colin Lacey, another great returner. A lot of good returners at their receivers this year.
Yeah, I'm more of a throw somebody out there.
All right, fair enough.
I get it, bro. Literally.
You're always looking for the next Devin Hester.
Okay,
I'm always looking for the next Devin Hester.
How many wide receivers on every team? 5,
six usually.
I'd say 3 of them return kicks in high school.
Probably.
At least 3. Somebody walk out there. Just go.
Sure,
Go catch it, dog.
I'm always looking for the next Hester, man.
It's not going to happen
Personally.
no more.
Or Josh Cribbs.
That's not shit.
Even Josh Cribbs.
Do you think it's going to happen again with the new rules? Do you think that's going to ever happen where they're just running that shit back on a consistent basis?
It could definitely happen on kickoff now, yeah.
You think so?
With the new rules, they return a lot of them.
I think they get good field position, but I feel like that's just if anyone's out there. It's just really if the kick's shitty. I swear. I think it's mostly the bad kicking as opposed to good returning. But I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I think.
Anybody you like on this list? Anybody you like?
Oh hell yeah! Besides Kevin Coleman, who you mentioned, that was a good pick there. I thought you'd be a little bit higher on him, but like you said, it's just such a loaded wide receiver class.
Yeah.
Out of this here though, man, Colin Lacey is good. Eric Rivers from Georgia Tech, he's had some good weeks. He's kind of I feel like with Georgia Tech, if you put your money on a guy showing out, that was their game where they just didn't have a crazy big game. They didn't have a consistent guy that show out for 10 games straight, but I think that was kind of worked in their favor. You were unpredictable. So, I don't know. I think he'll definitely be a situational guy. But, yeah, a lot of these guys are some depth guys. I think outside of Kevin Coleman, Jacoby Lane, J. Michael Sturdivant, I think outside of those, and Eric McAllister. I know out of TCU, some of these guys are saying, or a lot of people are saying off the field issues. That's why he dropped, unfortunately. But, yeah, if he can kind of, leave that in his past, or I don't know, try to just, put that in the rear view, maybe it'll be a future, spot for him in the league, and he'll be able to make some plays on Sundays. So, all right, wide receiver class, that pretty much rounds out your wide receivers. I think next is tight ends.
Yes, sir.
All right, so next is tight ends here. The tight end class. Oh, this is interior offensive lineman. My bad.
All right,
all right, let's get into it.
Hey, here you go.
All right.
Tell me how good I did.
I love it. Let's go. So, Ione, I do think he is my number one, no question about it. Basantis is up there as well. Pregnon is a guy that I think everybody likes, but the only question, he has great hand placement, but sometimes he's just kind of slow sometimes off the ball. That's the only knock I have on him. Jennings Dunker, absolute dog. We got to see him up close all week in Alabama. He took out an order from the Mexican spot we were at, Rooster. The bag was about as big as my whole. I could have probably jumped in that bag.
Yeah, for sure.
It looked like he went shopping at Macy's, but he was taking a to-go order of tacos. So shout out to Jennings Dunker. Remember that kid walked up to him and was like, "How much do you squat?"
Yeah.
He said,
what did he say?
He said, "I squat 600 and something." And I was just like,
something
damn.
crazy.
Yeah, so shout out to Jennings Dunker. That's our Jennings Dunker story. Keelan Rutledge story is he wore shorts everywhere and it was cold. So absolute dog. You want to see that out of your offensive lineman. He just wants to play ball. He was just a ball player. He's not pretty much anything outside of that. You can tell that he just likes playing ball. Sam Hecht. I like you having Sam Hecht high, but him above Connor Lew is a little surprising. I know Connor Lew got hurt, tore his ACL, so people are going to question if he's going to be ready. But I do like Sam Hecht. He does come off the ball. He fires off. A lot of guys have put players that have not even played a snap at center above Sam Hecht. I'm like, are you drunk? And I saw
he looked good at Senior Bowl. That's all I know.
Yeah, he was good. And then I remember,
but I could tell his film was great. So
well, people are saying some of these guys that I won't say the guy because I actually like the player, but I just don't get the hype when it says he's been snapping for teams at private workouts. I'm like,
big deal.
And he's been impressing them. He's been impressing them against air with no pads and a helmet, no 3 technique, barreling his grill. What? So I don't see how you can get.
I could too.
Yeah, exactly. I don't see how you can get a look out of that. You're not going to know until you put pads on, but you've never really seen that in an article, right? You've never seen that in an article saying, well, we don't know. We're going to see in 3 months, but we're just hoping.
Yeah.
No one says that. People they need to answer right now, so I guess that's just media. But Trey Zune at 8. I love Trey Zune. It's our guy, 6-0 Academy alumni with Matt McChesney, friend of the program. Trained by the best there. So shout out to Trey Zune. Had a long storied career, Texas A&M, a lot of damn snaps under his belt, multiple positions, and a lot of people think he's going to play center as well, which I think he'll be able to do it. So if he's got the stamp from Matt McChesney, he's got my stamp because the film backs up as well. Inez Cooper is a little bit surprising there.
He's my sleeper of the class.
I like
when
it.
I was watching Bill, I was like, I kept noticing this guy. So.
Okay. No, I like it. I think a lot of these, there are a lot of people who are taking a lot of reaches in the interior offensive line, especially, because they're projecting them at positions they never played. So it's definitely some projections going on interior offensive line. It's one of the funnest topics, in my opinion, just because of that situation alone. Jeremiah Wright, Auburn, he's got a hot head on him, man. I loved him at Senior Bowl. He would, after the rep, he'd give you a little extra punch, a little extra push, and got into some tussles there, but didn't go too overboard, which was good. Kept it football. So I like Jeremiah Wright. It's got some mean streak to him, and I like him. I like that. Above Logan Jones, though, one of the best centers in the nation out of Iowa. Natural center, just moves like a freaking spider. So I love him. He moves straight and sideways, the same speed. So I love to see that. Let's go into your next set here of interior offensive lineman. Jalen Farmer from Kentucky, big boy. Another guy we got to see in Mobile, which I'm really surprised you got him above Jake Slaughter, though. I do have Jalen Farmer a little bit behind Jake Slaughter just because of the versatility.
Fair.
It's still, still good. Both those guys are still dogs. Just Jalen Farmer is just an absolute true guard. In every sense of the word, but it's a good thing, too. You don't question what you got with him. You know he's going to play guard for you. So Billy Strath there from Notre Dame. Good one there. I like him. I'm not well too versed on him. I do have a guy like Brailsford above him. I'm looking down here. Who else I would have above him? That's maybe about it. Carmona, maybe, but I think – or Brailsford. That's it.
Yeah,
Yeah, Brailsford and Jaden Roberts at times – I thought Jaden Roberts was the best offensive lineman for Alabama.
Yeah.
He played the best at times for them. But that offensive line is pretty loaded, honestly. Everybody's falling in love with Proctor, but it's hard for me to fall in love with like a 375, 380-pound lineman off the bat. So it's hard.
That.
And then Parker Brailsford, who is a center, 6'2" center, undersized guy, who I give the 6'2" bias to, being a 6'2" former center myself. So, if you can get the job done, you can get the job done. Parker Brailsford's proven that. And sometimes being a little undersized, not a lot oversized, just a little bit undersized, it'll help you out in a low man wins position like center. So Fernando Carmona, the next one there, out of Arkansas, big guy, wide guy, moves well, finishes his blocks, will put you in the dirt, step on you, and after a while he does it, then maybe help you up after, so not a bad guy, just a freaking mean ass there on the football field. How you want your lineman. DJ Campbell out of Texas at 18. This is where I think you could kind of just plug and play a few of these guys. A lot of these guys, once you get back, I think, to about the 16, 15 range, that's when here comes a bunch of the guys who never played center. They're going to start plugging in. But I do like a couple of these guys, Yager Bird and Fabechi Niau from Oklahoma. Armaj Reed Adams from A&M. A&M had a pretty damn good offensive lineman.
Yeah.
My favorite, I think the best in the nation. I know Iowa's won the whatever award is for the collective unit, best offensive line in the nation, but I do think it was the Aggies. Then Pat Coogan, the national champion, the MVP of the Rose Bowl. Absolute dog. Center from Indiana. I like him. He's got a future in the league. He's just kind of a victim of a lot of guys moving inside. You got the guys like Trey Zune. You got the guys like Roberts moving in from Duke or Parker. Parker. You got Brian Parker moving in. So you got a lot of guys moving inside that are going to move him down the list, but doesn't mean he's not good. So just, only 53, man. That's offensive line, interior offensive line especially is the position that really suffers from the 53-man roster limit, in my opinion. Only having 7 linemen,
yeah, for sure,
it's asinine to me, bro. And the most physical position you got the least amount of depth, arguably, which is stupid.
It's crazy.
Me. Yeah, it's stupid. It's just, but I think that hopefully will get fixed. And the reason I don't get it. I've never gotten it. But hey, man, 53, they think that's the special magic number, and they know more than me. So they got to roll with it. They got to have guys ready to play all 5 positions right here, right now. Plug and play at the absolute, finest. So, all right, I like the list, man. Let's go to your outside in the offensive line here, the tackles. You got Francis Malgoa, tackle 1. For sure, man. Long guy, one of the true, tackles here, along with Monroe Freeling, Caleb Lomu, Miller and Tiernan, and Ian Notchor. Outside of those guys, they
might get moved in, yeah.
Outside of those guys, they might move him in. Lomu, you can do either or with. But, man, I love this list. Spencer Fano, who I am not the biggest fan of.
Where do you got him, 3 or 4 or 5? Like, where do you got him?
I think I have him 4.
Okay. Sure.
I have mine's Malgoa, Freeling, Lomu. I have Proctor at guard.
Okay.
And then I have Ian Notchor really high. And I have Brian Parker at interior. But, man, I think but it's still a good list. Blake Miller's a guy who a lot of people are high on, but I wasn't necessarily high on. Really, on the Louisville film alone, Clev Leuven gave him work all night. It was a long night for him. But Caleb Lomu is a guy who I absolutely love. Caden Proctor mentioned earlier, just needs to lose a little weight.
Yeah.
He was fat and lazy, and now he's just fat. So I think he fixed a lot of questions I had, like motor-wise, in my opinion. But he's a hell of a dog, man. Caleb Tiernan, absolute tower out of Northwestern. He's like 6'7", something like that. But within that same breath, people think his arm length is a question. So we'll see. But Maxie and Notchor is my biggest sleeper, my guy out of his tackles outside of Monroe Freeling. Monroe Freeling, I think, is arguably tackle 1. He's not. He's just arguably.
Yeah,
and then Ian Notchor, I think, is fighting for 4 or 3. Okay. But I love him, man. Soccer player, so he's got that natural footwork. We got to see it up close. Bonafide right tackle. I don't think he can play left, but that's not a knock. I just think some guys are just right tackles and some guys are left tackles. It's not a bad thing, especially when you're like kind of new to you're new. You either want to play them both off the rip or only one. I would just stick to the right. But like you said, with that 53-man roster, he'll probably be forced to learn both. Gage Casey, who's never played anything but tackle, he said. That's a quote from him at the Senior Bowl. He said he's never played a snap besides tackle. So I think either that's going to help him, be like, yo, you know what you're getting, or it's going to hurt him, be like, all right, you just don't have a lot of experience or versatility. But Brian Parker, who a lot of people think are going to move inside, I was very skeptical on that as a guy who's skeptical on that idea in the first place of moving inside. But when I watched the film, I'm like, oh, shit, I am looking at a center, even though it's a tackle in college. So I do think it's going to work. We'll see if everyone's wrong, though, because it's pretty much the consensus on him. He's going to be pretty solid. Demetrius Crownover, he's a guy who gives you – sometimes he gives you Caden Proctor vibes, and then sometimes he'll just take some plays off. So
yeah, for sure.
The motor is the question. He's got the size, got the mean streak. At times, was anchoring it down there at Texas A&M, him and Trey Zune and Basantis, just absolute great unit. So I love your top 10 here, man. Now, your Giants are pretty much set at tackle, right? Are y'all good?
Yeah, we got Andrew Thomas.
Yeah?
We could use a right tackle.
I feel like y'all
we could definitely use tackle. We might go – if Malgoa falls, they said we could – but
Yeah.
At 5, we might take.
Ooh.
I wouldn't mind that. Give Dart a guy to protect his.
I would love that, man. Yes. Even at 10, bro. Like,
I just don't think he'll fall to 10.
I'm in the group of, well, I know, but you might.
Freeling at 10?
Yeah, I think you could. I think Freeling at 10 is not crazy. A lot of people were saying Freeling at 12 was the highest. So I believe the sentiment of if you don't have him graded 32 picks less than where you're at, it's not picking him too early, right?
Yeah, I mean, I agree.
If we have the 4th pick and I have him rated the 18th pick, but my next pick's not to the 4th pick in next round, it's not.
If you really
I
want
don't think
him,
you really draft because you were going to miss out on him. So I don't think that's really a reach in my opinion. I think
know what you're
it's only a reach if it's like a round or a whole round like over in my opinion. I think you can just make
like
it
Dylan
work.
Gabriel last year.
Yeah, exactly, right. Like he should never been
Third
drafted.
round?
He got drafted 3rd. Like what are you doing?
Yeah.
That happens, but first round it does happen as well. We'll see if it happens on Thursday night. We will see. But all right. Just, we can move on from offensive line. I know it's not the most entertaining, but it is a great class. It is a great class.
There's one more tackle.
You got some more tackles, huh?
Yeah,
All right, let's get some more
list.
tackles here. Let's talk about some more offensive line then. Actually, I'm not done.
There's someone here.
We're not done.
I know there's someone here you like Bowery.
There's definitely some guys on here I like, man. Yeah, Jude Bowery, we got to see up close from Boston College. Both of the Boston College offensive linemen there were absolutely chewing there, man. Him and Logan Taylor. I mean, they were actually doing their thing. The gold helmets. Some guys I like, though. Austin Barber. I like Emil Wagner was really streaky, man.
Yeah.
Really streaky. He's really streaky. He's just like J.C. Davis out of Illinois, who you got at 22.
Is it crazy? Has it rolled that low?
No. I said go. I'm on record because saying Pregnon was better than World going into the season. I didn't get the World hype. He doesn't have a lot of weight on him. Like, he's just kind of lean. And either that's like you're a freak or you just don't have the mass. He just don't have it, in my opinion. At times, man, sometimes him and Pregnon would trade off on just like screwing up and costing them some plays and forcing them into some third downs, which Dante Moore would bail them out of.
Yeah.
Or Sadiq would bail them out of. But still, the film's the film. You still were a big reason why they were in that third down. Same thing with Alex Harkey, man. Oregon's got to fill 3 of their offensive linemen here, but you know what? They might even have a better year next year. It's not a hate on them. It's just, like there's just so many good offensive linemen out here.
Yeah.
And I think Oregon made a mistake of just taking like tackles and trying to turn them into guards, and they just weren't. In my opinion, there's just only so many spots to go around. They had Poncho at center. That spot was taken up.
Beast.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see. I think body type's a big one, man. I think I'm a big believer in body type. You can't just throw anybody at center or tackle. Like, I don't want my tackle over 6'6". I don't want my center over 6'4". I don't want my guard over 6'5", 6'4" sometimes. But some of these guys, you have a 6'7" guard, you got a 6'5" center, you got a 6'8" tackle.
It's happening more every time.
And it just, in my opinion, unless you're a one of one, it's just not gonna work out. It's a lot of body to move, man. It's a lot of body to move. So that's just my opinion. But maybe it's just me being an old guy on the porch screaming. But let's move into some trenches here. Keeping the trenches, but on the other side of the ball. Let's move into defensive tackle, who I can't wait to talk about this with you. Talk about Peter Woods at 1 and Caleb Banks at 2. I know you're a Florida fan, but I did not expect you have Caleb Banks at 2. Let's hear about your defensive tackles here.
I mean, that's because the injury questions. I can't get at that. I mean, he did have surgery again on his foot. It's a lot of surgeries he's had on his foot in the past 2 years. If it was just all talent, I mean, he'd be number 1 for sure. But Peter Wood's also really young, like 21, I think. Still really raw. Going into the year, he was top 10 pick. So he's got all the talent in the world. Cade McDonald is just a nose tackle, but the best one in the draft.
Yes, absolutely.
Great run stopper.
Yeah, just his get off is insane. It's violent. He has the knack for being able to extend his arms, reading while keeping his feet moving, going forward. He don't stop his feet. Yeah, man, he engages really well. Those top 3, in my opinion, are can't misses in the tackles. Then I think the fall off is a little bit, not really in talent, just a value. But Christian Miller, you got there at 4 out of Georgia. Xavier Harris at Ole Miss at 5. Lee Hunter, who we got to see up close as well. Big Citrus, who we did not get to see, unfortunately. Wish we got to see him. Tyler Onyedim out of A&M. Albert Regis, A&M. LT Overton out of Bama. And then you got K-Part out of Clemson. Any favorites here that you like? I know with you all giving up Sexy Dexy, anybody here you would like to see become a Giant?
Oh, mock draft today, I seen Peter Woods fall into a second round, which would be
no way.
Which would be crazy.
That's propaganda.
It would be insane. But
Absolutely,
that would be the best.
No
That'd be the best of both worlds. If that does somehow happen, him or Bank somehow fall to the Giants' second round, scoop him up for sure.
Wow.
But the guy I want to talk about a little bit, Xavier Harris. I think I haven't seen anybody else having this high.
Yes, I agree.
But that's mostly because of off-field.
Okay.
I think it's been cleared up lately. I don't think it's that big of a deal. I think it'll be fine. But 6'8", 330. 6'8", 330. Really fast, explosive. I think he can be your starter in the league for sure.
Okay, I like it. And then Big Citrus.
Yeah.
I mean, are you kind of in the middle? I think, like, he is kind of fallen victim to a couple of these guys. You know, I'm really surprised you ain't got Proctor a little higher. We're going to talk about him. Let's go ahead and move down the list while we bring him up. I'm
People
curious.
were texting him guys. Damn, they're getting a lot of guys drafted this year, man.
Yeah, I know. But they always have.
4 O linemen, 2 D tackles. Cassius Howell, Will Lee, Concepcion, Le'Veon Moss. 10 guys at least get drafted.
That's a good point. And then a lot of teams need that help in the trenches, interior linemen, like my Packers.
I like this second day 2.
I love it.
I like the day 2, day 3 D tackles.
I love Daryl Jackson.
Exactly. I like Daryl Jackson, Rayshon Benny a lot. Grayson Holton. They could end up being the best pass rusher D tackle in the class. He's 16th ranked.
Corleone, could he be a B.J. Raji Jr.?
And then Landon Robinson and Caleb Proctor, 2 guys.
Wow.
Yeah, I got a 22nd, I think.
Dalton.
7th rounder.
Dalton, you're going to regret that, brother. You're going to regret that.
You think?
You got Caleb Proctor at 22, dog?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think he could play a little end. Am I crazy?
I mean, maybe with that speed.
I think he could. I think he could play a little end. But I would put him above a Halton, maybe. And I would put Corleone right above, switch them out, maybe. But
I could see him going at 18.
But
that's
you know
as high
what?
as I could climb him.
You're an
Cameron
SEC
Ball.
guy, and eye test matters. You know, we just didn't watch a lot of Southeast Louisiana this year. And I know we do got all 22 film of them. So anybody that wants some film before the draft, if you want to get some late scouting, hit us up. We'll send you a game, no question about it. I have no problem doing. We have no problem doing that. We have a lot of film, but you know, if you're just got a favorite guy you want to watch, man, we'll send you some stuff. But yeah, man, I think Proctor's a guy who I got to watch on the back end since we've got that film, and man, it's actually been it's been great to watch that. I love FCS prospects. I love the question marks, man. I love to just project instead of try to find excuses. You know. I think, but if there is some guys in his board, like a Peter Woods, who has legitimate excuses. There's a guy like our boy Jordan from Draft Nerds. He had a great point of saying, you know, I think Peter Woods' draft stock fell because Cade Klubnik was so bad. Yeah. Which I'm like, you know what, man? It actually makes sense.
It does.
It makes sense, in my opinion. So quarterback play rules it all, man. It's quarterback sport. But all right, let's finish out your defensive tackle list. Nick Barrett, Zane Durant, Penn State, David Gusta from Kentucky, James Thompson, and Devin Eastern out of Minnesota. He's a gopher, but now he's trying to make it and feed his fam.
Yeah, he is. Come on. I mean, we saw him at the Senior Bowl. It's just a great run.
Minnesota's always just got some big hosses.
All these guys are just, death pieces here, but you got to have those, man.
Hell yeah, especially at defensive tackle, man.
Exactly.
I mean, they
rotate them guys a lot.
They go down left and right. You got to keep guys fresh.
They don't play. It ain't like
they get hurt.
Corner, like corners, you play every play because it's not that hard.
Oh,
you get plays off. D tackle, no way. You ain't playing every play. Man.
I mean, you need a fresh defensive tackle out there every play.
D tackle on the ends, you don't play every play.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it takes
so much energy.
I mean, you don't see offensive line subbing; it's an advantage. So you got to use it. So
that is true. O linemen play the whole game.
I know, bro.
D linemen are soft.
People don't talk about it, bro.
D linemen are soft.
People don't talk about it, but it's hard because you can't get going. Like,
I know what you mean.
My short time as a defensive line, I love the offensive line. I love the offensive line a lot better. Just scoring, just different. But, getting used to the snap count, that takes a little bit. Like, I mean, unless you're just in this Lauren Sapp, but I can only speak from my experience. But I mean, it took a couple plays to really see his snap count. What his snap count was like.
I bet.
Looking at the O-line splits, looking at their stance. Are they rocking? Are they, sitting back on a 2-point on runs? Are they only 2 points on passes? Are they putting their hand in the dirt every play? Are they going off the center? Are they doing guard tap? Are they going clap? That just takes a couple reps. So, it takes a couple reps to get going. But, yeah, man, I think you still need some fresh interior defensive linemen. My Green Bay Packers absolutely need it. So we'll see how it shakes out and starting Thursday. But let's keep it moving. Keep the train chewing. Defensive ends. Let's talk about some tabloid topics here. Defensive ends, edge rushers, no matter what you call them. I don't know how that changed into edge rusher, but I seen a tweet this past weekend saying, I'm going to start calling defensive ends again.
Good.
And I said, you know me, it kind of depends on the day, but I'm mostly a defensive ends guy. But I want to hear it. Arvell Reese and pretty much everybody else, or is this just a list of dogs?
I think the top 3 are pretty close.
Okay.
And then you got the drop-off. But the drop-off is like, the next group is like 4 to 11.
Okay.
4 to 11 are all kind of jumbled, man.
I know, I agree.
I like all of them about equally.
If
I just had to put them somewhere.
Yes, if I'm a team that needs a defensive end, if I'm not getting them in the first round, I'm getting them in middle third.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
I mean, these guys, you might have 9 or 10 D ends go first round.
yes.
At the end of the day.
Yeah.
Michael Lawrence, I've seen a lot of people got him going first now.
Okay, let's just do some quick adages here. Tackles are going to start coming off the board. Defensive ends are going to come off the board first round. Combine those two, how many of the 32 picks are we going to see? Defensive ends and offensive tackles. You can maybe throw an interior in there, but I don't think there'll be a lot of first-round interiors. But tackles and ends.
Probably like 15.
I'm saying maybe 20.
Really? 20?
I'd go 15 to 18.
15, I think.
15 is a good number.
About half.
I like your 15,
Half.
sir. I
Half.
like your 15.
Almost half, yeah.
Yes.
Anything over that's just
So
you're reaching a little bit.
So Thursday night,
so-
expect half of your draft to be defensive ends
And tackles, first round.
and offensive tackles.
Yeah.
So,
I would not be surprised at all.
no, me
I
either.
like all these guys. They're all a lot different, too. Like, everybody's a little different. You got a lot of speed rushers.
For
but
sure.
They all win in different ways.
Yes.
Like, one of them has a great bend, one of them's fast off the ball.
Yes.
And a lot of guys are bigger.
Yes.
But, they still beat you different ways. Like Mesidor and Bain, completely different players.
Yes.
But similar in size and weight.
I'll add to that. Like, look at a guy like Cassius Howard or Mesidor. That's a defensive end. Look at a guy like R. Mason Thomas. Maybe that's an edge.
Yeah.
Right?
I know what you mean.
Maybe my.
I don't think Hal and Thomas are kind of alike, I think. So.
And then I asked you this off camera the other day.
Now, end is T.J. Parker's end. Keldrick Fox at end.
Yes.
An edge is a guy that I know. Where
One-dimensional.
From. Like, yeah, you only rush the pass.
Speed rusher, undersized guy,
Which
can
is
get
Hal
under you, that's going to run around you.
Which is Hal and Mason Thomas. That's it really in the
I know.
first round.
I agree.
Only 2 speed rushers really. I mean,
And then look at
maybe
that.
Malachi Lawrence a little bit. I mean,
And then look at that value it gave Yakis.
yeah, exactly.
I mean, this is a guy who got a strip sack at the Senior Bowl practice. You're not allowed to touch a quarterback. And he said, screw it, I'm strip sacking Pavia. And he did it. I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved it. You're not supposed to touch the quarterback. He said strip sack. It might have been it was either on Nussmeier. It might have been on Nussmeier, actually. But that was fun. That was fun to see. I love to see that motor out of Yakis. I mean, he didn't tackle him and take him to the ground, so that's why I love it. But, yeah, man, this defensive end class is absolutely, I mean, it's crazy, bro. That and interior offensive lineman, man, I could talk about it all day. All day. I love T.J. Parker. I love Zion Young. Supposedly he's got some off-the-field issues, but, I got a rule with defensive linemen and defensive ends. No felonies. I don't give a shit about no misdemeanors, buddy.
Fair enough.
I don't give a shit. Actually, if you got a couple misdemeanors, I'm like, all right. It means you're a hard ass and you learned, because you didn't really do anything crazy after that. So, all right, I want my defensive ends to be the nastiest guys on the field and the defensive tackles. So, we'll see how it plays out. But Zion Young, T.J. Parker, Keldrick Falk, those 3 right there. I mean, hit. I think, in my opinion, you could go any 3 of those, and you're going to get some instant production and long-term production, in my opinion. But let's go ahead and round out your list. Now, the top of your list at 13 is a guy I like a lot as well. He was really good and down there. You're going to hear the words Mobile, and you're going to hear the words Senior Bowl a lot, because there's a lot of dogs we got to see, and Derek Moore is one of them. He won me over there at the Senior Bowl. But let's talk about him here. Romello Height. Let's talk about a Trey Moore. Let's talk about a Caden Curry. I love me some Caden Curry. I know he's only had 1 year full starting, but I don't care. He had a great year. He's coming from a factory, and he's one of many. So I would take him. But give me a couple of your favorites here from 13 to 24.
I really like George Gums, just because he's a sleeper. Not just because he's from Florida, but man, he's a freak. You look at him, he's like built in the factory.
Which a lot of these guys are.
Yeah.
Not just him. Like
Sutton, too.
Yes.
A lot of people sleeping on him, I feel like.
I agree.
And he could be a difference maker at the next level. We've seen Penn State DNs constantly do it. He could be the next one.
Okay.
I think Mason Riger's the biggest sleeper.
Mm.
Most people don't, I don't think they got him top 20. I really like it, though. He's 6'4", 250. And he can set the edge against the run as well as rush the passer. Really underrated guy, I think. Caden Curry, I like him, man. His arms are even shorter than Bane's.
Really?
0 percentile in arm
Holy
length.
shit.
So that's the only reason he's down the board a little bit. If you get your hands on him, good luck.
Yeah.
Maxwell Ellen, best spin move in the draft, but
That's all he's got.
Yeah, he's pretty one-dimensional.
yeah. But I like him on pass rushing downs, man, especially against tackles that
Can be beat by the spin. You watch film the week before.
Yeah.
Oh, this guy cannot guard the spin?
Yeah.
put Llewellyn in this week. There you go. Tyreek Sapp man, he really fell throughout the year.
I had him higher. But,
I wanted to have him higher I wanted to have him higher now.
Mm-hmm.
He's a Florida guy, but man, he just didn't produce consistently enough against the pass. Great against the run, but that's not what you're drafting DNs for, man. Not anymore.
No, man. You need him. That's what I said. You need a guy that's going to straight be run and a little pass, and then a guy that's just straight pass. In my opinion, that's just my opinion. You need a guy that's going to
pass. Yeah.
You need a guy that's going to wear out the tackle in a conditioning way. You need a guy that's going to wear out a tackle from not trying to get put on his ass. So I think you have to. There's not too many guys that can do both. We've seen a guy, like a Will Anderson. We see a guy like a Micah Parsons, a Myles Garrett that can do both. That's not too many of those guys out there. So, man, I like your in-class. I think this in-class and wide receiver class and interior offensive lineman is just, there it is. That's the draft right there. Those three groups, in my opinion. Then you're still going to have some sleepers. Can't wait to talk some tight ends. But, yeah, man, let's round up the rest of your class for the ends. And then we are getting down to the nitty-gritty, as Jack Black would say. All right.
Yeah. Name Tucker had a good Senior Bowl week, too, but I didn't love his film, man.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. And yes, eye test does matter, but I'm still going to watch the film before and after. So, it is going to hold more weight, but the eye test comes in, I think, when you're on the fence, not trying to make you a believer or a non-believer to a believer, even though it definitely happens. Any guys from Senior Bowl you were definitely a non-believer on, you came away, you're like, nope, I'm sold, that's a guy? Anybody? You went from a no to a yes?
I didn't know Derek Moore was that good, for sure.
I like that.
I had him lower.
I like that.
Before the draft.
I had him like 20,
Yes.
Moved up a lot.
Yes.
7 spots. Just from basically Senior Bowl. Oh, man, he put guys on their ass all week, so.
He did.
Very strong edge rusher. Wins with power, but he got some speed, too, so.
Yeah, a lot of these guys, man. Then I think rounding out your list here, Patrick Payton, Florida State.
Guys, but then, got to have them. Fano brothers. Cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's a cool storyline.
Yeah, it's always cool.
Probably both get drafted.
Can't beat that.
Shout out Jack Pyburn, Florida transfer. Hopefully he makes it. Vincent Anthony's a guy that, man, I had high hopes for him after the Illinois game. He had 3-4 sacks against J.C. Davis and then didn't do much the rest of the year.
Yeah.
So I think he's a project guy, but got to have the depth guys at DN, and these guys can come in and get you 5 sacks a year.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think, like you're saying, people scoff at 10 sacks these days. I'm like, dude, 5 sacks is good.
I swear.
People are like, oh, he only gets 10 sacks. I'm like, bro, 10 sacks is freaking crazy.
Every other game.
There's teams that don't get 10 sacks.
I don't know about that.
I mean high school, lower level.
I was like,
but there's teams that I would say.
I think the 49ers only had 28 sacks all year, though.
Yeah,
and Myles Garrett had
teams
22.
definitely get 10 sacks. All right,
but 28 still crazy.
10 sacks as one player is insane to me.
Yeah, I know it's a good year.
I know the game's changed.
10 or more.
Yeah, I know we're passing more than ever. And
10 or more is fire. Anything over 15 is crazy.
You're supposed to get more, but I still treat it as Tom Bahali back in the day. You know what I'm saying? He got 18 1 year, 20?
Yeah, he was a beast.
He got 21.
And Strahan got, he's 22 and a half.
Yeah, though Tom Bahali, I think
he
got 18 then, yeah.
And before it was a passing league, that's why Strahan's record should have stood, I wish. But
And let's flip back to the offense here, Dalton. Let's go
Yeah.
tight ends. We have not touched tight ends yet. All right, so obviously we got Sadiq number one. I don't think that's too much of a surprise. He was the safety blanket. Was bailing Oregon out of jail all year, out of tough situations. Eli Stowers, the Mackey Award winner, who's given to the best tight end every single year. And then rounding out here at 3 through 10. Let's go ahead and get into them. Got Max Clare, Sam Roush, Oscar Delp from Georgia. I think a lot of people are depends on who you ask on what opinion you get from Delp. And then Justin Jolie, who I was really high on after the film and eye test, but when the conditioning compression season rolled around, he didn't test the best. So he slipped on a lot of boards. He slipped a little on mine, but not too much. I do have him around this range, around the 6, so I love that. Jack Injuries, Texas, love it. Eli Raridan from Notre Dame there at 8. Joe Royer from Cincy. I love Cincy, man. If you ever have a trip to go to Cincy, great city. Go. And then shout out to our guy, Nate. How he merch his name here. Is it Boekircher? Borkircher. Well, A&M, another dog. You talk about Aggies getting drafted left and right. Add him to the list.
I forgot him. I didn't mention him. But
I swear, let's talk about your tight end list, Dalton. Tell people what they should know about this class of tight ends.
I mean, I think if you look at everybody's tight end rankings after number 2, everybody's different, man.
Yeah, for sure.
There's not a consensus 3 through 10.
Is that good or bad for you?
So do you like?
I mean, I don't think tight ends they're not gonna be a big run on until the 4th round, probably.
Yeah, I agree.
This
I just
year.
think I think it's
I mean, Stowers and Sadiq. I don't know if anybody else goes 2nd round. Claire might sneak in. I don't think so.
No, I don't
Rouse
think
might
so
sneak
either.
In.
Yeah.
But I don't think so.
I like Roush a little bit more than Claire, which I definitely didn't see myself saying that going into the year. I didn't see myself saying that. But yeah, I would love your 1 through 6, 7. I love your 1 through 7. It's just where are they going to go? These teams are stingy, man. Like you said, only 53 spots on the roster. And you really got to ask, what are they going to be asked to do? Block more or go out there and make some snags more? So that's kind of, I think, what's going to determine the 3 through 6 range, even though I think they're all solid guys. So, yeah, Justin Jolie, any fits you see him? I like the Ravens, but what do you think?
It's a good fit.
Yeah.
He reminds me of the guy the Giants just got, Likely.
Yeah, guy
He reminds
who
me
the
of
Ravens
Likely.
just lost.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He'd be a good replacement for him, I agree. Offense that uses tight ends, split out a lot like them, throws to him a lot.
You know a coach loves a player when he leaves and takes a player with him in the pros?
What about him going to the Chiefs, man?
Heir apparent to Kelsey.
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
It's
In
just
2 years or something.
Yeah, I like that a lot, actually. I think those are 2 great fits for Jolie. I love him.
I like any tight end after Stowers to the Chiefs, honestly.
Yeah,
Just let them develop for 2 years.
I agree. It's a hard. It's. I feel like this position. I think you could find like 2 or 3 years ago, they were everywhere. Like good tight ends were everywhere. I feel like they're kind of going back to being harder to find.
Yeah, it seems that way.
I mean, last year though, he had Loveland and Warren.
Yeah.
So last year's class was great at the top.
It was, but then
those guys were both studs as rookies.
And a lot of those guys, they are good and kind of, I guess you could say, projects, but it comes at a price because you do have to get those guys reps. That's how you get better. So, maybe just a lot of those guys didn't want to give a lot of reps off, but there is a lot of these guys here, 11 through 19, that I do like as well, like a Josh Cuevas and a Michael Trigg.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a little surprised you don't have Michael Trigg a little bit higher.
Man, his testing, talk about bad.
Yeah, is it more he's just slow or he's just not a ball?
Slow.
I think he's just a playmaker ball player.
Which he looked great in the Big 12.
He did.
Big 12 defense is
Don't get many guys drafted.
Good point.
That's all I'm saying.
Good point.
We ain't talked about. I mean, Big 12 defensive players we talked about so far.
That's a good point.
All we talked about was.
Can't wait till we talk about.
Malachi Lawrence, man.
Can't wait till we talk about Jake Rodriguez.
Okay, fair. Him and Bailey, but that's one team, They were stacked. Everybody else, defense, not the calling card. I like Trigg, man. I mean, he's going to the league, but I don't know if he's a starter.
Okay.
So I got him ranked this low. I think most of these guys, I think everybody 11 through 19 are pretty much backups.
Okay.
They're certified
Special
one
teams
thing,
guys.
not the next.
Special teams guys,
one
which
of them can block, one of them can catch. Not the full package. None of these guys, I don't think.
you're not gonna. Are you gonna be how surprised? Scale of 1 to 10. You look on your phone on a Sunday, a random week. It's touchdown R.J. Maryland. Like you think he's gonna maybe get some playing time this year? I think he could.
This year, probably, I don't know. Man.
I think he could sneak onto a field and make some plays. Do injuries maybe have to occur for that to happen? Maybe. But I do think he's going to play.
I know I got Koziel 19, but he's a sleeper.
I like Koziel.
He's the sleeper.
Now, remember we were at a place in Mobile. Do you remember when some of those scouts, those guys that were scouts, they weren't with the organization, but they ran an outlet for an organization. They were talking crap about Koziel.
Yeah.
Remember they say they want to block? That's
Yeah.
why he didn't go to like a certain school or why he left or whatever. But yeah, so we'll see. I guess maybe that's some questions on him. His physicality, his toughness.
Yeah,
if
he
wants,
was
if he wants to
committed.
get down dirty.
He was committed somewhere else before Houston this offseason.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
forgot where it was.
It might have been A&M
Maybe.
or Oklahoma. Not was
I
it
don't
Oklahoma?
remember, but
It must have been somewhere that ran a lot, yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was Oklahoma, but maybe not.
But
Maybe, a total shot in the dark.
still a sleeper. And then Gillen Borg is also
John Michael.
could be a beast.
We know John Michael. Shout out John Michael Euler. Shout out John Michael Euler.
It's not my favorite tight end class ever, but
Nah, last year's was so great.
Yeah.
Last year's was so great. But do you think it was underutilized?
I mean 2 All-Pros in last year probably.
Yeah.
Future All-Pros.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, I mean, I just love it.
Loveland's...
I didn't know he was that good, honestly.
No, me either. And well,
I was higher on Warren, but Loveland, man, he's
I didn't think he was
won them
gonna,
games last year.
I didn't think he was gonna make those. Yeah, I didn't think he was gonna make.
He won them 2 games at least. Like, yeah.
He did. He did. Shout out to Colson Loveland. Shout out to White Boy.
Yeah, he's gonna have a career.
We'll see how some of these guys pop out on the big rookie years. I think a couple of them will definitely have some big ones. But let's talk about Sonny Styles at linebackers. Let's talk about your linebackers. Some people are saying Sonny Styles is going to play some end. I do like that. Maybe add 10 pounds on him or keep him the way he is. But I do like the list. You got Anthony Hill at 3, C.J. Allen at 2, which I don't think it's the craziest, hottest take. I know Anthony Hill, some people don't like him, some people love him. Jacob Rodriguez from Texas Tech, I think most people love him, rightfully so. Playmaker, ball hawk, just dog, old school linebacker. Josiah Trotter from Missouri, Jake Golday, Cincy. Cincy's got a lot of, one of those other teams you could add to the list. Not a lot of team success, but do have a lot of players in this draft churning out talent. You do have Kyle Lewis from Pitt at 7. Harold Perkins at LSU, which he's a guy who's streaky, in my opinion. I did some film on him. I just was watching him specifically because when you go watch some LSU film, you kind of watch one guy, you end up watching another.
Oh yeah, easily.
But with him, I just sat myself down and said, I want to see this guy, Harold Perkins. And sometimes, he made some really good big plays. Sometimes he took some plays off, unfortunately. But if he can maybe just, go hard every play every play like his last. Very cookie cutter saying, but it's true. I think he's got a future, in the league. Jimmy Rolder from Michigan, Keyshawn Elliott, Arizona State, and Deontay Lawson, Alabama. All right, so I like your list for linebackers, man. I like Jake Golday, I like Trotter and Rodriguez, but Sonny Styles, man, absolute freak. We went from talking about Sonny Styles and Caleb Downs a whole lot, and I think people got fatigued.
Yeah.
Because they're so damn good at football. But give me your favorites out of the linebacker group.
Styles for sure, obviously. The top 4 guys are all, in a different tier, I feel like, than the rest.
Okay.
There's a little bit drop off after Rodriguez, for sure, I think. But I don't mean they can't be really good players. I really like Goldie, man.
Yes.
Huge year. Lewis might end up playing safety, honestly. He's
Okay.
like 220,
All right.
225. Real tweener, but he's fast enough to play safety. Had a huge week at Senior Bowl.
Do you think some people look at a tweener like, I don't want him, or some people look their chops at a tweener like, all right, I'm going to get a 2-for-1 here?
Depends on the coordinator for sure, man.
Yeah.
But you got to have the right guy to use you for sure. Isaiah Simmons, never worked out.
Yeah.
He was top 10 pick, so you got to find a position. You don't have to have one going into the draft, I don't think, though.
Okay.
Jimmy Rolder, I think he's the most underrated.
Haven't heard
I
his
don't think I
name.
mentioned him.
Haven't heard his name pop up. Like
The whole draft cycle, but he's just your classic middle linebacker, man.
Love it.
Chad Greenway type.
Oh, old school.
Yeah. I mean, there's not many of them left, so.
I like Jack Greenway.
I swear, good player.
He played like an old school man.
Keyshawn Elliott, good Senior Bowl week as well.
Deontay Lawson, just
Really good career. 3-year starter. Consistent, solid.
gonna be in the right spot. It's just not the best pass defender, but you gotta have nowadays. So.
Don't hate it.
Man, it's a good linebacker class.
It is. It is. I think versatility, that's obviously the name of the game these days at linebacker is not necessarily that old school thumper type. It's just more of a can you defend the pass as well and get out in space. And, you're not going to see too many neck rolls out there and, huge-ass shoulder pads. You're looking at some guys who – you're like, oh, is that a DB? Like, no, it's a linebacker. But that's just the name of the game these days. I think that's one of the biggest changes is the linebacker position itself. But some people think it's for the better. Some people, like it the old school way. But I think one thing that nobody can kind of, I think, refute or argue is we got still athletic freaks at linebacker, just different kinds of athletic freaks. But let's go ahead and continue on to this linebacker class, or let's maybe make the case for it being a pretty deep class, or maybe let's see where it fizzles out. Bryce Bodger, some people are kind of, what was the highest you think? Some people did have him at around the first, right, or second? Or,
earlier, yeah.
Yeah. Where was, you think the highest you saw him at, and where do you have him going, even though you got him at 12 in the linebacker list?
I feel like I'm shooting him our second round. I don't know if anybody ever had him first, man. But I think he's probably fourth-round pick, maybe third. I mean, it just depends how many linebackers get drafted, but
I agree.
Probably fourth, yeah. Him and Aiden Fisher both are very similar.
Okay.
And I think once you get to 17 to 22, them guys are just elite special team players, man.
Okay, I agree. Yeah, Soray.
Jackson Kuwat, shout out. Watch him play. Great linebacker. Made some impact plays when we watched him. Red Murdoch, I mean, his stats are crazy.
Yes.
But,
well, I mean, Aiden Fisher's another guy, too. Well storied.
Oh, yeah, of course. National champ. I mean.
Yeah, crazy. I mean, got a national championship on his finger for a reason. Signetti done the damn thing. We're going to see if he can do it again. I think the questions with Signetti, can he develop his own guys? From the ground up, I know with the JMU he brought some guys over. We know it. But I want to see him do it on the big stage and keep the same guys instead of more of a reload. But, hey, man, he's a champion. You can't say anything pretty much other besides that. But, yeah, man, that pretty much – that's your last for the linebackers.
Yeah.
All right. I'm turning the mic over to you, my man. You're the DB aficionado. Safeties, corners, the last two positions of the big board. What are you thinking here? I mean, Caleb Downs, Thieneman, and you have Emmanuel McNeil-Warren at 3, who's somebody we got to see with the eye test there. We were credentialed there with WKU, and we saw him WKU game, right, or Miami of Ohio. Miami of Ohio. Yeah, we saw them Miami of Ohio game. Shout out to Miami of Ohio. We were in the press box watching McNeil-Warren make some plays. But tell the people about your safety class, my man.
Top 3 are going first round, I think.
3 first-round safeties this year.
Downs, everybody knows about Downs. I ain't got to spend too much time on him.
He's been a known prospect since he was a freshman.
Yeah.
First game he played at Bama. He's balling. And that was with Saban's still there. Not many freshmen started under Saban. So as soon as he started, you knew he was a beast.
Made huge plays as a freshman, never stopped.
Some best safety prospects of the last 10 years.
Wow.
One of the best, maybe the best. I mean,
the best in the last 10 years.
Safety prospect, probably. There's been many top 10 picks at safety lately. Jamal Adams
fizzled out. He was the biggest prospect probably outside of Downs, but he got too big.
Ooh, somebody said Pavia 6th round.
Really?
Oh, you like that?
I mean, I don't think he gets drafted, man.
I think 7th.
But we'll see. If I'm wrong,
Somebody will get him.
I just think he'll get a camp invite.
If Cam Miller can get drafted, he can get drafted. Now, if you're asking me if he's going to make the 53, it's a different situation. But, yeah, sorry. Shout out to the person right there for comment, man. Thank you.
Clark.
Ooh, shout to
number 5.
Shout out to Hank. Hank's a Bud Clarker.
Is he?
Yep.
Good.
Rightfully so. Good player.
Been on Bud Clark since our
Championship run. He's been a beast since then.
3 great years there.
That championship run with TCU feels like 8 years ago.
I know, right?
God.
Yeah, he's been there the whole time. He started on that team. Just consistent. Or
can guard that in the slot. I mean, if you need to play corner, he can do it in a pinch.
Versatile, man. I love him. He's going to be a starter.
Halsey's opposite end of the spectrum, just a beast. 6'4", 225 safety. He's going to come down in the box. He'll smack you. Guard tight ends really well, though. Love this safety class. It's really deep, man. DJ Payne's is a real sleeper, I think.
He is a sleeper.
I mean, I think it's the highest I've seen him as well. I got him higher than most people, but Senior Bowl week really stuck out. He really stuck out. And then on film, Kansas State has a lot of safeties in the league. They usually get drafted 6th or 7th round. They end up starting.
Another team who doesn't have a lot of damn wins every year, but they just churn them out.
I swear. And then Arizona, Justice Smith, and they got a lot of DBs getting drafted this year. Shout out to Arizona's DBs. 3 of them. So I like that. Dalton Johnson, Trayton Stukes, Genesis Smith, 3 beasts. I don't know which one's better, but I really like Genesis Smith.
Love it, man.
Jacoby Thomas, great end of the year at Miami. Another sleeper, I think. Guy's name you don't hear often, but he'll have his name called pretty early, 4th round, 3rd round.
Okay. So that's where you think. So where does the 3rd round start on your list? 6, 7, 5?
7.
Yeah. Okay, 7.
Wheatley 2nd round for sure.
Okay, I like that. Especially like you said, we've already with so many defensive ends going to get taken, so many tackles get taken in the first. I think 2nd round's specifically going to be ruled by interior offensive linemen, and it's going to be hard to get those picks in. So yeah, I do think I like that range right there for sure. But the back half of your safety class, we are not done. All right, we got here from 11 to 19, Michael Taffy. We just dropped the interview today.
Yeah, good player, man.
Good player, great guy. Thanks for the interview, Michael
Lays the
Taffy.
wood, former walk-on, great story.
Yep.
Hard to do that nowadays.
Harder than ever.
It's always been hard as a walk-on. Don't get it wrong.
Hell yeah.
It's harder now than ever. Shout out to Michael Taft.
Shout Rudy.
Enzo Styles,
Not a love player at Ohio State. Everybody thought he sucked. The fans. Tim wasn't great either, but his combine was amazing.
Yeah.
Somebody's gonna pick him up and give him a chance.
I mean, he broke his combine was like a 9.9 out of 10. Wisniewski's the opposite of the spectrum. He's just a football player. Didn't have the great numbers, but he was the real leader of that Texas Tech defense outside of Rodriguez, of course. But on the back end, he really commanded everything, and they didn't give up any points all year. He was a big reason why. Then Jalen Husky's a sleeper, man. I think he could end up being a starter in the league. I know I got him down here, but
Terps.
Yeah, another team, like you said, guys in the league every year, but they always suck. Great jerseys, though.
Love Maryland's jerseys. Bishop Fitzgerald from USC. Guys are high on him coming to the year, but he didn't pan out, I don't think. I mean, USC's defense as a whole underperformed. So
For sure.
it brought him down the board a little bit, but
For
it's
sure.
not the deepest safeties. Like I said, only 19 draftable, I think. But I'd like all 19 of them.
Okay. Just not enough slots to go around, or what do you think?
It's just a lot of came back, man. A lot of good
Yeah.
safeties coming back this year. So
Okay.
A lot of next year's class is gonna be good too.
Okay, so safeties and corners. Look
But
at
the
your corner
class
list.
is way better.
Okay, I was about to ask you, do you think this corner class is just a lot better head and shoulders? Because you got a lot of guys on the big board. Now, I know you're a former corner, so I did expect that. But I'm like, all right, does he just, got a lot of guys he's watched because that's the position he watches the most? Or does he like just so many guys? So, okay, you think this class is absolutely loaded.
And they draft a lot of corners. Corners
Okay.
get drafted a lot. There's like 6-7 on a team.
Yeah, they do overdraft on corners.
A lot of them end up being terrible in the NFL.
And a lot of them
You can't
don't
translate.
A lot of them don't even make it to the league, to
Exactly.
the first game.
Yeah.
So it's the most.
I mean,
it's the most like overdrafted and the most cut though. So
it's probably it's the hardest position to play on defense.
For sure.
yeah, for sure.
I mean,
Offensive tackle, quarterback. Quarterback's the hardest. Offensive tackle, and corner up there. Any O-line position and corner.
corner, if you're playing man, it's really hard.
You don't
Yeah.
know where the guy's going, and he's a freak.
Yeah.
Zone's pretty easy. Anybody can run zone.
But once you're in a man scheme, that's when you really respect corners. So that's what I go for on my big board is guys that I think are better at man than zone.
Okay. So Mansour Delane at one.
It's a great film. Didn't get thrown at very much. That's what you want to see.
You don't want to see all these picks on film. You
Okay.
don't want to see
PBUs, bunch of
Yeah,
PBUs,
yeah,
You
bunch
don't actually
of.
want that. That means they're tested you, and
they must be getting open on the plays that they're not throwing to you. They
Yeah.
must have beat you like, hey man, I just wanted to read that play
Yeah.
type stuff.
But you do want to see a little bit because eventually nobody goes through high school, college, and pros and just doesn't get thrown at. They're eventually going to get tested.
Well-
do you want to see a little bit of
Only one guy.
do you want to see a little bit of like tape of them getting tried or no? No.
I mean a little bit. Yeah, I mean he had like 48 targets.
oh, okay.
Which that's not a lot though.
it's only 4 games.
I mean,
Plus the bowl, that 13 games.
Yeah.
I think. I mean,
yeah.
3 a game. It's not a lot at all
Yeah,
if you think
yeah.
about it. For
That's
the number
true.
one corner, he's guarding the number one receiver. So the number one receiver's getting 3 targets, 4 targets a game.
Yeah, good point.
That's pretty good.
Good point.
Jamar McCoy probably be number one if he played this year. His 2024 film was insane. He's a beast. What else? Who else we got?
Avion
Terrell.
Terrell. I mean, that
Probably my
guy.
favorite.
He was our DB.
he's
he was DB number 1 in our preseason, right? Or 2?
He
1 or
was,
2?
Yeah, he was top.
I think it
3
was 2.
for
Yeah,
sure.
2 or 3.
But a lot of these guys
I hit on most of them, I think.
I believe so because Cisse you were high on, Colton Hood you were pretty high on.
I know I had Pons in
And
the
then
top 10.
Pons, yeah.
Muhammad.
Pons was my guy going in just because the JMU story, undersized guy. Like I just like him. But Malik Muhammad and was a guy that I liked as well coming into the end of the year. But a guy like Keith Abney surprised me this year. With me not being a DB guy, I just know a lot of people loved Keith Abney this year.
He's a dog. He's the kind of good corner you want on every team because he's going to compete.
Yeah.
No matter what.
Yeah.
He's going to get in your face. Might get a couple flags. Might get beat here and there. But he's going to be there. He's going to try his best. And a lot of corners, man, they're soft. So it's good to have in a corner.
Out of this first of 11, give me the round range. At what pick it starts what round?
I think you could get 5 first-rounders, 1 through 5 probably.
Okay.
6 to 11, second round probably. Corners, I mean, they usually about 5 a round. Or, 4.5 a round. So
Okay. I like it.
Yeah, I mean, Chris Johnson, a lot of people got him razzing up the boards.
Yeah.
Got after his 40 time, but I watched him, the eye test. He didn't have a great week at Senior Bowl. He got beat a lot.
Yeah.
I couldn't drop him too much because his film was great. He had so many picks. Big time player, but I'm not as high on him as most. Keontae Scott and D'Angelo Pons, though, man, I love them two a lot. Because they both have limitations.
Yeah, a lot. I've seen a lot of people. They love Keontae Scott. I mean, they just love him, and I think rightfully so. They had Miami. The U is back. People say, and they're here to possibly stay. We're going to see this year, but they're churning out guys like Keontae Scott. So I think he's got a bright future, and I think get used to seeing Miami just start to churn him out in all positions, in my opinion.
Trade Stukes, I got to touch on. I need to touch on because he's probably a safety now.
Okay.
Now to reevaluate him. I seen this GM today said he's the best safety he's ever seen.
Wow. Did they say which GM or no?
It didn't say.
Probably not. It's anonymous sources season to the next 3 days.
And who knows if it's even true.
I know.
But
yeah,
I've seen that. I doubt it. I don't think it's true, but he is a sleeper for sure. I think he's a better nickel, like a big nickel corner.
Okay.
But we'll see if he's
Big Nick?
Either way, I think he's playing. He's gonna play. He's gonna play ball on Sundays.
Okay, I like it. Let's round out your cornerback class. I think we got 3 sets of corners. Yeah, we do. So, all right, second to last year for your corners. Still some dogs. Jalen Kilgore, Igbinosun from Ohio State, T.J. Hall from Iowa, Hezekiah Massis from Cal, another dog. I know him. If I know him, you're pretty good at DB.
Yeah.
So, Jaden Kennedy from Oregon, Will Lee, Devin Moore from your Florida Gators, Charles Demings, our first FCS spotting here from Stephen F. Austin. Shout out. Once you get in those late rounds, I think DB is a position where you do see a lot of FCS D2s coming in. Not a lot, but that's where you'll see them coming in. Usually it's that with that and edge rushers and D tackles. So I love that time in the draft when you truly don't know who the hell is about to come off the board, and I love it. So Chandler Rivers, Damani Jackson, Alabama. Charles Demings, like I said, Stephen F. Austin there, coming off the FCS ranks above guys from Duke, Alabama, Georgia, and North Carolina, rounding out your 23 spot with Marcus Allen. Give me some sleepers. Are there any sleepers there from 12 to 23? Are these just surely depth guys and special teams guys, or do we see some guys who could potentially mold themselves into a starter?
Yeah, there's guys I think that can definitely be starters at the next level here. Masses, I think, could end up being a starter. Devin Moore. 6'3", I mean, he's 6'3", 195. Okay. Great size, great speed. Just a lot of injury concerns with Moore. Seems to be a way for a lot of Florida players. Hopefully we have better strength and conditioning now.
Yeah.
But, I think Rivers is a starter, too. He's just purely nickel. He's not going to play no outside.
Yeah, no, I mean, he was a guy that was making plays for Duke all year.
Devin Everett could end up being a starter. I know he's 22 down here, but corners just all about if they can be a starter, it's the odds of him being a starter.
Explain that.
And I think his odds of being a starter is lower than everybody in front of him. But he could be a starter.
Okay.
The best case scenario for him is he starts for 5 years and he's a solid corner.
Okay.
The worst case is he's a backup for 10 years. So.
Okay.
Either way, Arkansas Allen's the most slept on. I haven't seen nobody talk about him. I'll put on film to watch Thad Dixon. End up liking Marcus Allen more.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Their corners this year are great.
Shout that Dixon. We got the chill with that.
But
Dixon.
he's on the list too. He's just slower.
Yeah.
Marcus Allen stood out more, man.
Okay. I mean, hey, the tape is the tape. Like you said, the eye in the sky.
Great name too. Football name,
lie.
man. Great football name. A lot of Marcus Allens have played in this.
I was about to say, there's a lot of Marcus. Shout Larry Allen, one of the best offensive linemen ever.
Oh yeah.
All right, so let's move into your
Now,
last
these are the
spot.
purely depth guys,
Purely
Here.
depth guys that are going to be fighting for their spots. Now, I will say there's a guy at your 25 spot, like it's Acario Davis, who was a big swing and a miss by me this year. I know people were saying, trying to warn me.
I think I had him top 10 too.
Yeah, but I thought you look at his junior year tape, I guess, and I mean, gosh, dude's absolutely flying around like
Arizona, yeah.
old school guy, just freaking zipping and zooming, putting his full body weight into dudes, and I loved watching his tape. Thought it was going to be a really big year for him, but he's going to be fighting for a spot. It looks like, but it's not over. Hopefully he can find his way on the roster, but you got 24 through 33. No FCS guys here. Still got P4's guys rounding about. But,
Yeah, 2 Toledo guys.
Did I say, yeah, you got 2 Toledo at 31 and 32 from Avery Smith and Andre Fuller. Are they your 2 only sleepers, or do you have any more on this list?
I mean, a lot of people are really high on Julian Neal.
Yeah.
I've seen him going third.
Arkansas guys are just hard to get a pulse on.
Yeah.
Right?
I didn't love his film, man. He was just don't have the hips or the speed, I don't think. He's a big corner, but I don't think he's physical enough to outdo the speed issues. I like Prosock and Davis a lot, but I don't like their film. Like, I want to like them. I wanted to like them both so much because they're so big and fast. Like, they're both freaks at the position, but they don't play it great, especially in man. They can get beat in breaking routes really easy. Sierra Wright, sleeper, I think, though. He came to Senior Bowl last day. Had a huge game.
Yeah,
he had a huge game. I kept hearing his name during the game, so I like Sierra right there. A lot of these guys are going to be lucky to make the team, but if they do, you don't know what can happen at corner.
Hell no. You don't know what can happen.
You can end up
man.
starting for sure. There's a lot of corners in the league that nobody's heard of, man.
Yes.
So that start. A lot of starting corners, like, you'd be like, who's that guy?
Yeah.
So, it's not the most glorified position, kind of like O-line, but it's very impactful. You got to have depth there.
Yeah, I agree. I think we're going to see a lot of guys come off the board, man, and that pretty much rounds out Dalton's big board. Every single position, a lot of guys, bro. We've watched a lot of freaking football this year. We were filled in for draft professors all year doing weekly spots, and then you look up at the end of the year and see how much data you got. You're like, all right, you got enough for a freaking big board and then more.
Oh, yeah, way more I watched. There's just draftable grades, basically.
Yeah, just draft, and that's. I love how when people do that type of list as opposed to doing their top 4 or 500. I'm like, just tell me you don't have a life. Like, just tell me.
500's crazy. Yeah.
I mean, it's not even that, bro. It's just like unrealistic. That's like I don't get it. I can't even try to think of an analogy on the spot, but it's hard. It's like
that's why I don't even rank them position. I
don't get it.
That's why I don't have a full big board either. Like,
I don't get it.
I don't want to compare a lineman to a DN.
Yeah, and
that's why I just got position rankings instead of 1 through 32. Like,
that's what I do too. Yeah.
I don't like when everybody jumbles them. I like positional rankings.
And I think it's natural for me because I'm not a BPA guy.
No, yeah.
I'm just a position guy. If you whatever position you need, you should draft it. I don't think you should really if you got good offensive lineman, no need to go get offensive lineman. If you got a good quarterback, why would you get a quarterback? So, but we see teams do it. At different positions, maybe not quarterback, which to each his own. People like their coffee, different ways. Some people, like me, running backs. Like, I think running backs is the last thing you should absolutely add on a team if you're trying to make a run. It's a cherry on top. It's not a foundation piece, in my opinion. But yeah, in the NFL draft, it's Thursday night. Last year, we were every single pick of the first round. It was like a 4-hour stream. Maybe won't do that this year, but we may. I don't know. We want to do something for the draft. Maybe either like a post show one night, or something like that. But you may see us again before the draft. But if not, we want to make sure we get this preview show in.
Probably Friday night at least. I know you got to work Friday.
Yeah,
morning.
Friday night. Yeah, I could do Friday night, and then that's day 3 technically. No, that's day 2.
After day 2.
Yeah, we can do a day 2 at the very least. Okay, I'll say this. At the very least, day 2 at night we'll do either a Spaces, Twitter Spaces.
Something, yeah.
So either a Twitter Spaces where people can join in, tell us your worst pick, tell us the best pick up to that point. I know last year I'm sitting there waiting for Shedeur Sanders to get drafted. It didn't happen until late, but we're gonna see if there's anything that correlates to that this year. And we're going to see, man. Any last kind of hot takes you want to get? Give me any last bullet points. Like, all right, I told you. It's your last chance today. I told you before the draft.
Oh, no D tackles first round.
No D tackles first round.
No.
Peter Woods ain't going first round to you.
No.
Wow.
He's going to end up
Why?
falling. If any of them go first, it's going to end up being Caden McDonald. Not Woods or Banks.
I like that.
That's
I like it.
boldest I got, I think.
I think McDonald's actually I could see him going for top 3 picks second round. I could see it and that being the first one.
I mean, he might go to Houston.
My hot take is
First round. But no Woods or Banks first round.
Any trades? We're gonna see, maybe see, you think we're going to see any vets trades? I know your Giants have already made their trade to move up, but what are you thinking?
A.J. Brown's going to get traded. Is that going to be on draft day?
No, they can't. They're waiting until after July or June 1st because cap hit. Yeah. So
I was like, that would be a big
That's
trade,
what I was
but-
thinking at first, but yeah, I know that probably won't happen.
Max Crosby's still
Max Crosby might get traded again.
out there, yeah.
Yeah, we'll see.
Who else is on the block? I mean, I ain't heard nobody really.
Jalen Hurts, if he gets traded.
Really?
I mean, there's nobody to go get, so no.
Not
it's
this
gonna
year,
happen
yeah.
now, but,
Next year, maybe.
They're not going to tank, so it's just not in the Eagles' nature. You'll
They never
see
tank,
There's
yeah.
some organizations that will never tank. That's them. I love that.
I respect it.
I think it's a good thing. So
I mean, I don't think the Giants ever tanked on purpose, bro. We just sucked.
yeah, we'll see what
We kept trying to sign people every year.
you all will be a very interesting,
interesting team.
storyline. But yeah, man, I cannot wait for the draft. First round order's been down their ticker all night. We'll see how it plays out. The set will look a little different. We're adding a new jersey right here. Special jersey we're adding.
Yes, sir.
This weekend. We maybe show the people if they're still going. I don't know if I have it right here, but talk about some topic while I get this.
Well, this guy, Jersey, I think we talked about him a little bit before, but, we played high school football with this guy, 3rd-round pick of the Tennessee Titans, and got his jersey signed yesterday. He came over in person, and it's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, man, a guy we've fought with.
I had to guard him every day in practice.
A guy he had to guard. Try
to guard. Sorry, not guard. Try to guard. That's let me say that right.
Yeah, exactly.
I couldn't guard him, but
absolute burner. A guy who I was, more than happy and honored to block for. Attempt to block for sometimes on screens.
Yeah.
Sometimes I get out there a lot of times. Sometimes I didn't because you got an NFL guy out there. But our guy, former teammate who will be on the show soon, confirmed. Is Taywan Taylor, none other than Taywan Taylor. So he gave us, we got a game-used jersey here. I was able to hunt down a game-used jersey and from his rookie year, and he signed it for us. So thank you, Taywan, and I'm really excited to put this up. It'll be right behind me.
Shout out, Juan.
Going forward and forever here at Home Squad Sports. So, absolute one-of-oner. We're from Louisville, Kentucky. Not a lot of NFL players come out of our neck of the woods, let alone our high school. And we were, he was our wide receiver for our crazy state championship run. 14-1. We averaged about 55 points a game.
We had 3 NFL players ever, though. It's more than a lot of teams, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, we went from not having 0 NFL players at our school to having 3 in 15 years. So
Brandon Dunn,
Shane,
Taywan, and
Beanie Bishop.
So, I mean,
shout Beanie Bishop.
Gum was in the league like 10 years.
Yeah. Yep.
Good career. Undrafted, too?
Undrafted.
Yeah.
Undrafted, went to Chicago, and
Houston.
then with Houston.
Started,
Unfortunately, hurt his hip. But a great career nonetheless. And shout out to Taywan. We'll get that jersey up and framed. But, yeah, man, we got to play the NFL player. Like we said, we go to these places and tell these kids all the time, it doesn't matter which star you are, what rank you are. Taywan was a 2-star prospect, a 0-star. He got this 2-star at the end. I'll tell you, I mean, he was a 0-star prospect up until pretty much 2 weeks before signing day. So, man, if you're a high school player watching, anybody, college player watching, man, just keep on grinding. Taywan, we got to see it firsthand. Anybody can make it if you put the work in. Obviously, you got to have some talent.
He only had 2 D1 offers, man.
Yeah.
It only takes one.
It only takes one offer.
It only takes one D1 offer. It takes one offer anywhere.
Exactly. I mean, with the transfer portal these days, man, you're not stuck at the same spot you go to right off the bat. So shout out to Taywan. We'll have him on the show here soon, breaking down some X's and O's, talking ball, talking stories from the NFL. Firsthand from a guy who's done it, 1%er of the 1%ers, Taywan Taylor. So we'll have him on soon. But man, draft's coming up. Anytime we think about the draft, think of Taywan. He was drafted 3rd round, top 72nd pick, I think. 73rd pick, one
Early
of those.
third, yeah.
Early 3rd, first half of the 3rd. And, man, it's just crazy, that it happened. and we can't wait. Tennessee Titan, Cleveland Brown, and
Cup of coffee with Houston.
Yeah. Finished his career at training camp at Houston. Got hurt, unfortunately, but he's good. Nothing crazy major. Just football injuries. Unfortunately, they suck. They hurt, but it's name of the game, unfortunately. And he had a heck of a career. Anybody that puts on NFL logo.
Oh yeah.
It's just we all dream of going to the league. And I told him the other day. I told him when he got drafted, we all got drafted. It really felt like that. He was on a video game, like little shit like that.
There's a lot of them.
And he's a beast on Madden. Like, bro, I remember like people would be going crazy. It'd be like off season. It'd be like touchdown Tavon Taylor. Like, what? Like people on Madden with him going nuts on Twitter. Those Madden leagues. But yeah, man, little stuff like that, like the video games and stuff. Like that was my dream. Like, I shit you not, I wanted to be on a video game more than I wanted to be on like a program. Like,
Easily,
you know what I'm
bro.
saying?
Yeah, play myself.
Yeah, it's like I would rather be on a video, so little stuff like that, and we got to do that. We got to see it before the college football went away for 10 years. But it's back, NCAA 27 on the way. We got some more recruits about to be on the game.
Yeah.
How many players? We got like 8, 9 guys, or 8, I'd say 8. 8 guys D1 that are on the game that we've, been covering, and it's third year. So, and then next year we'll have so many. I mean, next year after this quarterback class,
Oh yeah.
we'll be in the 20s. So, can't wait, man. Top 150 quarterbacks is dropping soon, the next 2 weeks. Best quarterbacks in the nation, man. If you're a recruiter, go get one. Go get 2. You're going to need them just because these guys, are just so much talent there. So, top 150 coming next week. NFL draft Thursday night. Strap in, man. If you're a person that's covered the draft all year, I think people forget that. When you cover the draft all year, you forget when it's draft time. It doesn't maybe not feel like it because it's been draft time for you for 6 months. But man, I'll tell everybody to enjoy it. It's a little bit of sneak football we can get, us football fanatics, us fiends. But I can't wait. More interviews coming on. Go look at our DJ Hunter interview, one of the top quarterbacks in the nation. Michael Taft interview just dropped. We got more interviews on the way. Who's some more players we got? We got the Kalon. Kalon Black.
That's a good one.
We got Austin Barber coming out.
Kevin
Coleman coming out. We've already dropped Trey Zoon. We've already dropped Caleb Banks. We've already dropped Brockenmeyer. I think we got a Ted Hurst, maybe. Vinny Anthony. You got a Vinny Anthony interview, right?
Yeah, definitely got Vinny.
And that's pretty much got maybe a couple more.
Vinny.
Yeah.
Got Cole Payton.
Yeah, we already got Cole Payton's interview out.
One.
Yeah, great interview. He was a hell of a guy. So shout out to all of our guys from the Senior Bowl. We hung on to a lot of that footage for the draft time. So when everybody's dropping footage the same week, really no point. Just wait on it. So just wait on it. We're gonna see where these guys go. Your favorite team is gonna probably pick a couple of these guys, man. Like 106 last year. It's pretty much mathematically impossible. One of your favorite teams is gonna pick a guy that was at the Senior Bowl. So go ahead and do your homework.
They all did last year, right?
Yeah, they all did.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. 4. I think 4 teams picked 4 or more.
Dang.
4. Yeah. Yep. So up to 4. So we'll see, man. We'll see if any sparks fly with Ty Simpson. We'll see where he goes. Quarterbacks. We'll see if a third quarterback will sneak in. No way.
Probably not.
But we might happen. We don't know. You will never know. I think the draft's in Pittsburgh, right? Pretty sure it's in Pittsburgh. So we'll see. He was in Green Bay last year. Clay Matthews made the epic. The Bears still suck.
Oh yeah,
that was last year or 2 years ago. It was last year, right?
It might have been 2 years ago.
Might have been. It don't matter.
It seems like it was 2 years ago now.
It feels like yesterday though. But shout out to Clay Matthews. Shout out to Go Pack Go. We'll see what we do from the second round on. But the future's not looking bright in Cheese Land. But hope everyone has a safe rest of your week. Y'all have a good week. Make it a good one. We will see you all soon, either Friday night or again here next Monday. Mm-hmm. We're going to be covering a card show probably either this weekend or next weekend. But with the draft finishes on Saturday. Shit. So probably next week. We're gonna cover a card show and do our first Home Squad Sports vlog.
Yeah.
Off season. We only got about 2-3 more months to grind out just some vlogs, some other content before some pads get to start popping and some whistles get to start blowing. So, all right, we will see you all and have a great one.
Yeah, see y'all later.
Peace. Man, I am ready for the Packers, bro. I don't know what's gonna happen. we went 10 years. I think we went 10 years or 9 years with first round. No first round picks having being Pro Bowl.
That's bad. Oh, Nuggets played some better.
I know. I've seen it.
Oh yeah. Jokic can go another triple double. I don't know how much money I would have made.